Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit storytelleryo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Hello and welcome to Thermopolis Lady Basketball here in Lovell against the homestanding Bulldogs. Our Lady Cats of Thermopolis will be taking on the 11-5 Lady Bulldogs, and with a record of their own of 2-13, and it looks like we'll be, this is a makeup game. That's why we're playing on a Tuesday, as the original scheduled game that we were supposed to have a couple weeks ago got rescheduled due to the weather that we've been having here in Wyoming, because it's been quite a winter. So because of that, they rescheduled the game. It's an important game because it is a conference game in our quad, and so this is the third team in our quad for us to play, and right now the Lady Cats are 0-2 in the quad, and so they're looking to come away with a win. Really hoping to build off of some of the things that they did really well last weekend, and so really looking forward to that. And I want to thank Gotchi Wellness, Gotchi, for sponsoring today's pregame show, as well as our other sponsors that you'll be seeing throughout the broadcast here. And those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO, just want to thank you for spending some time with us on a Tuesday afternoon for some Lady Bobcat basketball, and also those of you streaming today on YO Today. Also want to thank you for taking some time as we get ready to play some basketball. So yeah, it's been exciting for us. My name is Kevin Gerber, and I'll be doing the broadcasting today solo, as my counterpart Travis Bomengen will be unable to make it today to the game, so I'm going to be running solo. So I'm just going to kind of preface that with saying that I'm going to do my best to keep the camera and the talking going at the same time, but this will be my first time running solo doing each. So as we kind of continue and go on with this, I just want to again thank Gotchi for our pregame show. And with that, I'm going to get right into our Edward Jones Keys to the Game presented by Travis Winger. Really, some of the big keys, I think, is, like I said before, the Lady Bobcats had actually a really good game against the Mountain View Buffaloes on Saturday, where they were outscored in the first quarter 21-2, and then proceeded the next three quarters to play really, really well. And Coach Villa did a great job of changing up their defense, and he went from a man-to-man into a zone, and that really gave Mountain View some problems. And so because of that, really at the end of the third quarter, or the last three quarters, did a great job and actually outscored them. Ended in the fourth quarter with an 18-9 quarter, which was really, really good to see the Lady Cats keep fighting, because it could have been easy to just kind of throw in the towel after the first quarter being down 21-2, but they definitely did not do that and played all the way to the final buzzer. So I think that's a really key item for them, is to continue with the momentum that they had over the weekend of what they were doing and playing really well. And then secondly, I think we talk about this each week, but really it comes down to trying to stay out of foul trouble. Nobody really getting into foul trouble early. It did happen a little bit last week, but again, I think even though the Lady Cats have a shallow bench as far as not a lot of girls sitting on the bench, I think it's really important that they get some solid bench play as well. We saw that again last week as well, where Austin Slagle was able to come in, do a few things in the fourth quarter, played really well, and actually ended up becoming our Gatorade Player of the Game because of her play. So it'll be great to see, again, that they continue the momentum that they have, continue to stay out of foul trouble or be able to play if they are in foul trouble. And then lastly, I really believe that if they can get some good bench play as well from those few girls that do come off the bench, mostly Ina Keene comes off the bench, Cadence Bowman and Austin Slagle. Those are the three primary players that come off the bench. Maggie Landon also comes off the bench, and so some good solid play out of all of those girls. It looks like Hannah Hill is she's suited up but is not going through warm-up, so I'm not sure if that's due to injury or anything like that. So we wish her the best if that's the case, and hope that she's able to get healed up. So again, those are the Edward Jones Keys to the Game presented by Travis Winger, and we want to thank him for our sponsorship with that. And then as well as we continue the Gotchi pregame show here, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back to present the Sutherland starting lineups and finish up with our Gotchi pregame show right after this.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, decondition, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, Where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter. That's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit. Because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. Seven Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
All right, and welcome back to the finish of the Gotchi pregame show here as we having a little bit of audio problems with overhead announcing the starters, so a little bit slower than we usually are able to start the game here, but as we do, we want to thank Sutherland's for the starting lineups, and for Lady Cats, we have a similar starting lineup for what we've had in the past. So number 2, Dazzlin Hunt. Number 3, J.C. Bassey. Number 5, Cameron Farrell. Number 21, J.C. Owsley. Number 23, Ruth Ann Johnson. And we're kind of waiting for the starting lineups here for the Bulldogs as they come out. So first off will be number 4, Kennedy Rail, as she comes out and starts for them. Next is number 10, Amy Newman. And had the pleasure of watching Amy play some volleyball this year, and she does a really good job on the volleyball court, so it'll be fun to watch her play as well. And then number 11, Lily Edwards, is our third starter for the Lady Bulldogs. And then number 15, Libby Mickelson, will begin as well. And last for the Lady Bulldogs is number 30, Kaylee Owens, as she comes onto the court as well. So again, a real similar starting lineup to I know what they play for in their volleyball squad. So it'll be interesting to get to watch these. This is my first chance watching the Lady Bulldogs play. So good luck to both teams. And again, thank you to Signs of Sutherland's for sponsoring our starting lineups. And that concludes the Gotchi pregame show, so we will get started right away here with a jump ball between Ruth Ann Johnson and Mickelson. As the game gets ready to go, looking forward to spending some time again. Thank you on KDNO 101.7 for for watching and listening, and also to WYO Today and on YouTube streaming live. Ruth Ann Johnson with the win at the jump, on the jump there, and pass goes into Cameron Farrell, but it looks like a jump ball there, so possession will go to the Lady Bulldogs. Kennedy Rail will bring the ball up, pass it up to Kaylee Owens. Kaylee will drive it in, try to pass it up over the top of Ruth Ann Johnson. A save by J.C. Owsley, unable to save it, gets it. Nice pass from Cameron Farrell up front to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin kind of with a flip over the top of her head to J.C. Owsley. J.C. tries to save it, throws it off a Lovell Bulldog, and Thermopolis will keep possession. So again, starting off really well here for the Lady Cats. Getting a good couple possessions, good defensive possessions there as well. Cameron Farrell getting the ball up at the top of the court. She will dribble towards JC Owsley, causing her to come through this elevator screen. Pass comes to JC Owsley. She'll pass it over to Ruth Ann Johnson over to the corner, where she does like to shoot some threes from over there. Back out to JC Owsley. JC will look to pass it into Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin out to JC Bassey. JC Bassey with a great shot. Cameron Farrell with the rebound. Goes to take the shot back up and is fouled on the arm by Kennedy Rail. So that'll be Kennedy's first foul. And Cameron Farrell will go to the line for 2 shots. First one is up and is no good. Also with the, as I work the camera and everything, I'm kind of in a different position, so it is a little bit lower into the stands. So you'll see a little bit more crowd than you've probably seen in the past. So both free throws are up and is no good, but Dazzlin Hunt hustles down. So man, another great job of hustle play there. Ball is stolen by Mickelson from JC Owsley's pass, and Dazzlin Hunt gets it right back. So Dazzlin kind of matching up right away with her intensity from last week. JC Owsley with a long 3, no good, and they're going to call in push in the back by Ruth Ann Johnson. So that's Ruth Ann's first foul, and she does have a tendency to get into foul trouble, so we'll hope that was just an early one that she gets now. Just 6:45 left in this first quarter. Ball game still tied at 0s. Mickelson comes out to look for the ball. Rail will go get it. JC Owsley really pressuring Mickelson and almost got a steal there. Ball ends up in Lily Edwards' hands. Lily passes it over to Rail. She'll pass it over to Mickelson again. Again, JC Owsley really hounding those passes, not making anything easy. Lily Edwards passes it over to Rail. Rail passes it down low into Kaylee Owens. Kaylee Owens' shot is up and is no good. She gets her own rebound, unable to make it. And as she went up for a second offensive board, looked like Dazzlin Hunt's hands got in there. So that'll be her first foul on Dazzlin Hunt, second team foul. Out of bounds play here for the Lady Bulldogs as they look to pass it in, get it into Amy Newman. Amy Newman drives right to the right side, goes baseline, unable to finish, but man, a hard fall there. She's getting some help from teammates to stand up. Looks like she hit her elbow pretty hard, but the help of her teammates able to get up, and looks like she'll be able to shoot the free throws. Looks like that is the first foul on Cameron Farrell, third team foul. So Amy Newman will go to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and no good, off the front of the rim. So we're still, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 6:05 left in this first quarter. Game tied still 0-0. Second shot is up and is good. So Lovell Lady Bulldogs get on the court first. Cameron Farrell gets the ball up the sideline, able to split the trap. Looks for a pass across court to JC Owsley. Back out to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin with a head fake. Pass over to Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruth catches it in the corner. Will get it back out to JC Owsley. And back into Cameron Farrell's hands to set up the offense. Looks like we're going to dribble. Great pass to JC Owsley at the top of the key. Shoots about a 16-footer. No good. Rebound. Great rebound there by Kaylee Owens. Gets it into Amy Newman's hands. Tries to pass it down low to Mickelson. Dazzlin Hunt with another steal. I believe that's her third steal already. Dazzlin Hunt, the shot up and good. So Bobcats up 2-1 right now. Just looking good here. Lady Cats defense really stepping up again like we wanted them to kind of just complete what they were doing last week. Cameron Farrell with another steal here as they try to force a pass inside, and JC Bassey, although one of the faster girls out on the court, unable to get to a long pass from Cameron Farrell, and ball goes out of bounds to the Lady Bulldogs. Ina King will check in for the first time to give Ruth Ann Johnson a quick break. Number 22, Connie Hall, for the Lady Bulldogs also will check in and give Amy Newman a little bit of a break, maybe to check out that elbow, make sure it's okay. And right away, Hall's gonna drive in hard, looks to pass the ball, but ends up giving it right back to the Lady Cats again. So Dazzlin Hunt setting up a play, pass it over to JC Owsley. Great little drive by JC Owsley, up and is good. So a couple great sequences there for the Lady Cats, getting turnovers and then turning those turnovers into points. So really good to see them giving a lot of pressure And I realized just now that I have not been doing good with the camera at all, so I apologize for that. And as Mickelson goes up and scores 2. And Lady Cats give it right back. She passes it over to Rail, and then foul will be on, looks like Cameron Farrell will pick up her second foul as well. So that'll be the team 4th foul already. Just 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 4:24 left in the first quarter. Lady Cats leading 4-3 over the Lady Bulldogs. As they're looking to pass the ball in to Rail. Dazzlin Hunt playing tough defense on Mickelson, causing for a tough shot. Shot is up and is no good. JC Bassey with the rebound, and she'll get it into Dazzlin Hunt's hands as she brings the ball up the court fast, passes it over to JC Owsley. JC Owsley will get it back up to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt's going to go ahead and try to set up the offense up at the top, passes it over to Ruth Ann Johnson as she checked back in. JC Owsley with a long 3, up and is good. So JC Owsley with 5 quick points here in the ball game. So the Lady Cats putting on a little bit of pressure here, full court pressure, trying to cause some more turnovers as they've done a great job so far of really making it hard for Lady Bulldogs to get the ball in. Another turnover there by the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Cats get it. JC Owsley up and good again. So again, a great defense here. Like I said, just picking up where they left off. Another turnover there by the Lady Bulldogs, and Ruth Ann Johnson with the steal. She'll get it into Dazzlin Hunt's hands, and just like that, the Lady Cats up 9-3 over the Lady Bulldogs. JC Owsley with another 14-foot jumper up and is good. So right away, what a great quarter the Lady Cats have had. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 3:17 left in this first quarter. Lady Cats lead 11-3. We have a quick timeout and we'll be right back.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and welcome back to Lady Bobcat basketball as the Lady Cats lead 11-3 here early in the first quarter. 3:17 left in this first quarter, and the pressure here that they're showing to the Lady Bulldogs has really played in their favor as they've been able to cause quite a few turnovers for the Lady Bulldogs, kind of got them out of their sink here. So Amy Newman's going to check back in. Dazzlin Hunt playing really good defense. Shot is up by Summer Teeter and is good for 2. The ball gets passed into JC Owsley. Owsley will bring it up. JC dribbling in now, causing to bring a lot of attention now after she scored 9 quick points here in this first quarter. So Dazzlin Hunt going to set up their offense, gets it over, tries to get the ball over to JC Owsley, but it's poked away there by Kennedy. And Mickelson will check back in for Connie Hall. So Lady Cats again playing a good game here, picking up with their intensity right off defensively, and that's all led to their offense here. Dazzlin with a pass to Kennedy, or tried to get it into JC Owsley. Pass goes over to Kennedy Rail. JC Owsley gets her hands up as she tries to pass it away. Shot goes up and is no good by Lily Edwards, but Kennedy able to run down the shot again and get an offensive rebound. So she's really working hard on the boards there. And as Lily Edwards tries to drive in, again, really tough defense there by Ruth Ann Johnson, and turnover again. So Lady Cats will take possession. Lady Cats up 11-5 with 2:21 left here in the first quarter. JC Bassey will get it across the line and now get it into JC Owsley's hands. Like to see her get another shot up here this first quarter as she's kind of had the hot hand, but she turned the ball over there and ends up in Mickelson's hand. And she will drive in, pass it out to Edwards. Edwards gets it down into Mickelson. Mickelson with great position there. Good entry pass, and Mickelson's shot is up and is good. That was a great pass inside there. and that foul was on JC Owsley, so that'll be her first foul. Team's 5th foul, so already quite a few fouls on the Thermopolis Lady Cats here early in this first quarter. Only 2 minutes left in the first quarter, but already 5 team fouls. So Mickelson will go to the line to try to complete the and one possibility here. She lines up, a couple dribbles, shot is up and is good. And 5 quick points for Libby Mickelson also, and looks like the Lady Bulldogs are going to show some pressure of their own as they set up a press, and ball goes off the hands of Ruth Ann Johnson, and another shot up by Summer Teeter with an and one possibility. Looks like Ruth Ann Johnson picked up her 2nd foul. So again, 2 fouls already on Cameron Farrell and 2 for Ruth Ann Johnson as well. And so although their intensity has been great this first quarter, we sure don't want to see them get into foul trouble. And one opportunity for Summer Teeter is up and is good as well. So it shows Libby Mickelson and Summer Teeter each with 5 points. Austin Slagle is going to have an early entrance into the game here, which, like I said, she made a great impact. So it'll be good to see some bench play make an impact here. Austin gets the ball, goes with a good head fake pass out to JC Owsley. JC Owsley with a little bit of a heat check. Ball goes off of Summer Teeter's hands, and so Lady Cats will keep possession of the ball here. So Dazzlin sets them up in their out of bounds play here. Great pass there by JC Owsley. Got up in the air, kind of awkwardly came down with the ball, and she kind of just threw it out of bounds. Don't know if she was trying to pass it or if she thought maybe she was going to draw a foul, but ball goes out of bounds. We're all tied up here with 1:41 left here in the first quarter. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows both teams tied here at 11. Mickelson will bring the ball, or I apologize, Amy Newman. She'll bring the ball up, looking to pass over to Edwards, who stands wide open. Nobody guarding her. Long 3 up and no good. Austin Slagle with a great rebound, gets it into Dazzlin Hunt's hands. As Dazzlin's coming up fast, gives a good one-hand bounce pass down, pass into Austin Slagle. Austin turns, shoots into the arms of Libby Mickelson, and Amy Newman will bring the ball up, and she's got some speed on her, and she brings that ball up fast. And shot is up by Summer Teeter, no good. Mickelson gets a rebound. Amy Newman thinks about it, decides to shoot, and is good. So Amy Newman with a bucket there. So 4 points for her here in this first quarter. Under a minute left here in the first quarter. Pass to JC Owsley, back out to Dazzlin Hunt. Dazzlin Hunt with a great pass over to Austin Slagle as Austin shoots it over the front of the rim, and Dazzlin Hunt is on the floor and seems to be hurt. So we will take a second during this injury timeout, and I will be right back.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Okay, and we are back in play here as Dazzlin Hunt went down with what appears to be a lower leg injury. Of course, not going to speculate on that, so want to send some prayers her way as she was in quite a bit of pain and could hear her on the court, so just want to hope that she is okay. They were able to get her off the court. She did not go under her own power, but under the help of some of the coaches and it looked like the trainer for the Lady Bulldogs. So again, just hope that she ends up being okay. So some play there, back and forth. Cameron Farrell ended up with the ball. Shot was up, no good, but was fouled on the shot. First one is up and is no good. That foul was on Libby Mickelson, which was her first foul, just the team's second. 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lady Cats trailing the Lady Bulldogs 14-11 as Cameron Farrell's shot is up and good. So 1 of 4 from the free throw line. 21 seconds left here in this first quarter. Shot is, or pass over, gets it into Newman's hand. Newman from the corner shoots it, is up and is no good. And Kaylee Owens attempts to get the ball and does not get it. So Lady Cats will take possession, and with just 13 and a half seconds left, will get the shot in, or the ball in, gets it into Cameron Farrell. And as she dribbles through the pressure, nice pass to Ina King. Ina King, nice pass into JC Owsley. Get the ball into the hot hand, and JC Owsley with another bucket. 11 points already in this quarter. Half-court shot is up and is no good by Lily Edwards, so a great comeback there. And we, in the first quarter, the way we started the quarter, tied here. So into the first quarter, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows ball game tied up between Lady Bulldogs, Lady Cats at 14, and we'll be right back for the second quarter.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
All right, and we're back here for the second quarter as the story of that game, or that quarter really is, again, losing one of our starters, Dazzlin Hunt, with the injury there, and still getting some attention from some of the staff and coaches here. And then, but also a great first quarter there for JC Owsley, who was able to put up 11 of the 14 points the Lady Cats did. So really good quarter for her as well. As pass goes over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron goes up with the shot up. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Kaylee Owens as Amy Newman will bring the ball up. Passes it over to Owens. Owens will pass it over to Rail. Back up to Newman. Newman kind of getting harassed there by JC Owsley. JC Owsley definitely came to play the game today. As Amy Newman looked like she almost stepped on the half court there, but no over and back there. Mickelson gets the ball. Good entry pass from Kennedy as she tries to look for Owens inside, and the ball is tipped away by Ina King. So Lady Bulldogs will keep the ball. Again, 45 seconds into the second quarter, ball game still tied up 14-14. Pass goes out to Newman. Newman will pass it over to Mickelson. Mickelson over to Rail. Rail, long three off the glass. No good. Ina King using that vertical that she has that we see so much and getting a good rebound there. As JC Owsley will bring the ball up, gets it into Cameron Farrell's hand, and she's going to set up the offense here as she dribbles here to the left, tries to get the ball into JC Bassey's hands there, and as she looked to get an entry pass down into the block into Austin Slagle, looked like a push in the back. And a foul there on Kaylee Owens. So that'll be just her first foul. That'll be her second foul, I apologize, and fourth team foul. So JC Owsley will take the ball out of bounds here, get it into Cameron Farrell. Cameron over to JC. Looks like a screen down coming, and they do. Lady Bulldogs could definitely see that one coming and able to switch up defense and keep it there. JC Owsley with some good moves there. Pulls up from 15, passes to Slagle. Slagle pass into Ina King. Ina with just getting a little ahead of herself and got quick feet and travel violation there. So Kennedy will take the ball out of bounds for the Lady Bulldogs. She'll pass it into Amy Newman. Newman getting a call from Coach Edwards, and as she sets up the offense, pass it over to Kennedy. Kennedy will get it up to Newman. Newman over to Summer Teeter, and ball will go out of bounds off of Cameron Farrell. Is a good trap call there. So again, Kennedy Rail will take the ball out of bounds, look to get it into Amy Newman. Amy Newman working the ball around, get it into Kennedy. Kennedy back up to Newman. Newman driving hard to the right, looking to try to get it in the low post as Connie Hall working hard in there, but as she just couldn't find anybody quite to get open, she ends up dragging the back foot there, or pivot foot, and a travel violation on her. Number 11, Lily Edwards, will come in for Summer Teeter, give her a break. Ref gonna take a minute here to get some water up off the ground. JC Owsley set to inbound the ball, gets it into JC Bassey's hands, gets it back to JC Owsley. Owsley bringing the ball up hard and fast. She'll pass it over to Austin Sagal. Austin Sagal back out to JC Owsley. JC to Cameron. Cameron over to Bassey. Bassey looking to get it up to the top of the key. Ina King working hard down low, calling for the ball, just not able to get it into JC Owsley. Good up and under. Threw it up high and ends up hitting the backboard support. So that is a out of bounds violation there. So ball will go to the Lady Bulldogs. Ball being brought up by Amy Newman. She looks to pass it over the top to Rail. Kennedy looking, no look pass there by Connie. Connie Hall back up out to Rail. Rail, nice 15-foot jumper up, no good. Rebound by Austin Slagle. Austin Slagle into Cameron Farrell's hands. Cameron passes it up to JC Owsley. JC into a Ina King. Ina, good hard pass, up and under move. Up and no good, but a good hard play. Good move by Ina King, just wasn't able to finish it. Ball does go off the Lady Bulldogs. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows just over 5 minutes left here in the first half. Ball game still tied at 14, so no points scored here in the second quarter just yet. Ina King, another up and under move. You can tell what Coach Villa has been having her work on, and it was another just excellent move, really getting them into the air. And Ina King will shoot 2 here in the second quarter. Try to get the Lady Cats on the board for the second quarter. First one is up and is no good. That foul was on Amy Newman, which was just her first foul. So foul count getting a little bit closer here as Lady Cats still with 6 and Lady Bulldogs with 5. Ina King set to shoot her second free throw here. Up and no good. Ruth Ann Johnson hustling for the ball, which sometimes is where she does get those fouls, but it looks like she is able to stay out of foul trouble there. Ball does go off of her, and Lady Bulldogs get possession. Kennedy will bring the ball up for Lady Bulldogs. She pass it over to Amy Newman. Oh, good defense by JC Owsley. She gets a steal from Amy Newman, dribbling it up gets double team, pass it to Ina King. Ina, hard pass into as Cadence Bowman just checked into the game, gets the ball into her hands. Ina with it again, trying to pass it over to Cadence Bowman. A short pass there, and Amy Newman able to get in and get the steal, so she will bring it back over, get it into Lily Edwards' hands. Good hard pass into Mickelson. Mickelson is up and good for 2. So their first points for the quarter. First points scored this quarter by either team, and gives Lady Bulldogs a lead. Ina King passing it into Ruth Ann Johnson, and ball ends up getting tied up, so ball will be Lady Bulldogs. And looks like Cameron Farrell will get checked back into the game as well. Amy Newman bringing the ball up, slow, getting play call in and getting everybody set up. Ball goes over to Owens. Lily Edwards gets it over to Summer Teeter. into Amy Newman's hands. She'll pass it up to the top of the key to Reagan May as she just checked into the game. And then steal there by J.C. Bassey and fouled. And that will be on Amy Newman as well. So she picks up two quick fouls here. And foul count now, any more fouls and we'll be into bonus territory here. So for both teams, Cadence Bowman set to throw in the ball, throws it into Cameron. Cameron Farrell getting a call in from Via. She dribbles hard with her left, hands it off to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman's across court to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley hard dribble to the right, driving baseline. Oh, pass, tough pass by Ruth Ann Johnson, but does end up in Cadence Bowman's hands. Nice roll there, Cadence Bowman. Nice jump pass from Ruth Ann Johnson. Ends up J.C. Bassey, and good ball movement here by the Lady Cats. Kind of to no avail though. Bulldogs did a great job of just playing tough defense, and now the Lady Cats set up their offense again. Cameron Farrell with it, as the Bulldogs are doing a good job of just switching off on that handoff. Ruth Ann Johnson dribbling at the top of the key, making a move there to the right, handoff to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley will hand it off to Cameron, back to Owsley. Like I said, Lady Bulldogs do a great job of just switching anytime they do a handoff. Pass from Summer Teeter to Mickelson, and Mickelson's shot is up and is good. So 9 points for her in the game, 4 in the quarter, and she is the only one on the court that has scored points in this second quarter. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows just over 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Lady Bulldogs leading the Lady Cats 18-14. Cadence Bowman with the ball. Hard pass there to Cameron Farrell around her back, and unable to keep that ball. Mickelson with the steal. Oh, I apologize. It was actually Reagan May who ends up with the steal. And as she was trying to break through the double team there, Cadence Bowman came over and fouled her. So we'll have a one-on-one opportunity for Reagan May in this quarter here. That is the 7th team foul. Cadence Bowman's first. Just under 2.5 minutes left here. 18-14 Lady Bulldogs over the Lady Cats. Front end of the one-on-one is up and is good by Reagan May, so she'll get a second opportunity. Again, a good balanced team effort here by both teams, playing good defense level. Lady Bulldogs kind of stepped up their intensity here on their defense, and it really kind of caused some hard times for the Lady Cats. Cadence Bowman pass into Cameron Farrell, and ball gets poked away there by Amy Newman. So Ruth Johnson, they'll make a little change here. Who takes the ball out, and they'll run a stack variation here. Ruth Ann Johnson throws, hard pass into Owens. Owens comes in, steals the ball over to Summer Teeter, over to Edwards. Edwards with a deep three, up, no good. Cadence Bowman with the rebound. J.C. Owsley coming down with the ball. Dribbling, looking to set up. Just over 2 minutes left here in this first quarter. Score is now 20-14 after the 2 made free throws by May. Hard pass into J.C. Bassey. J.C. Bassey out to Cameron. J.C. Owsley with the shot up and no good from 3. Rebound comes into Summer Teeter's hands. Amy Newman looks to pass it up forward to Edwards. Ball goes off of Edwards' hands and out of bounds. Good tough defense by J.C. Bassey to cause that turnover. So Mickelson will check back into the game here for Edwards. And again, we'll see if the Lady Cats can handle the pressure from the Lady Bulldogs here. Looks like they're just going to run man-to-man, so just to kind of slow them down, and Cameron really seems to handle that pressure really well. Good no-look pass from Ruth Ann Johnson. Pass over to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman with the 3, unable to make it. May brings the ball down and is going to dribble it. Try to go coast to coast. Oh, good help defense there by J.C. Owsley. Cadence Bowman setting a trap there. Ball goes off of the Lady Bulldogs and will go to Lady Cats. So again, both teams playing some good defense. Lady Cats, however, not seeing any points on the board yet here this quarter. A minute and a half left in the quarter, so hopefully we can get some points on the board to try to shrink this 6-point deficit. Minute 20 left, down 20-14 the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Cats needing some points on the board for sure. Good handoff by Ruth Ann Johnson, and Cameron Farrell with an easy up and in. It was a great play. It almost kind of looked like they were almost acting like they didn't know what they were doing, and they just came off late, cut really late, and Ruth Ann Johnson just sold the handoff there, and Cameron finished it. So ball goes inside, and foul ends up being on JC Owsley, so her second foul. Sorry, I apologize for the delay there. I was waiting to see who they called the foul on. So it looks like Mickelson will go to the line for front end of a one-on-one. 1 minute left in the quarter. Shot is up and is good. Really nice looking free throw shot there by Mickelson. So minute on the clock. Lady Bulldogs 21, Lady Cats 16 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Second shot up for the second part of the one-on-one is up and is good. So 6 points in the quarter for Libby Mickelson. Ruth Ann Johnson with the ball, taking it out of bounds, pass it up to Cadence Bowman. Great look for JC Owsley. JC Owsley's going to pass it over to JC Bassey. JC Bassey dribbles it back out, gets it into Ruth Ann Johnson's hands, and Cadence Bowman will try to get a set up here at the top of the key. Pass into Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruth doing a great job of going to the ball, meeting the ball, which is what you like to see anytime someone's posting up. Just take a little half step to the ball, and looked like a reach around foul there by the Lady Bulldogs, and that foul will go on Libby Mickelson, her second. So Ruth Ann Johnson with a chance at one-on-one, unable to convert on the front end of that, and so Lady Bulldogs will get possession. Shot up and no good by the Lady Bulldogs. Nice looking little shot there by Connie Hall. JC Owsley will bring the ball up hard, dribbling all the way up the sideline, gets it to the sideline, passes it over to Cameron Farrell. And Cameron's going to get set up, maybe try to take the last shot. 22-16 with 15 seconds left here. Cadence Bowman with the ball over the head, puts it to Ruth Ann Johnson, over to Cameron Farrell. Cameron with a nice drive up and is no good. Would have liked to seen her use the glass on that shot, which is a tough little floater there, but Amy Newman with the rebound. Ball ends up in Cameron Farrell's hands. Shot is up and is no good by Ruth Ann Johnson. So a good little effort there at the end to get a couple shots up to try to get a bucket at the end of the quarter. Unfortunately, it showed the Lady Cats only scoring 2 points in that quarter, with the Lady Bulldogs scoring 8. So being outscored 8-2 in that quarter shows the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard at the end of the half. Lady Bulldogs 22, Lady Cats 16, and we will be back for the Hot Springs Health halftime show.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
And welcome back to Lady Bobcat basketball as we are here for the Hot Springs Health halftime show. Again, score shows Lady Cats trailing Lady Bulldogs 16-22, and had a great little halftime show here by the dance team for Lovell. Did a great job, and now you're watching those of you watching on our YO Today and YouTube streaming, there some free throw shots for a drink or a pop or something like that here, and so yeah, it's fun to watch these halftime things go on. And you know, as we move into this the Hot Springs Health halftime show, to kind of go back to the keys of the game, Lady Cats started out great with their intensity, kind of just picking right up where they did with the Mountain View Buffaloes last Saturday. I mean, just playing really, really well. Causing a lot of turnovers, really getting some buckets. J.C. Owsley having a phenomenal first quarter, scoring 11 of the 14 points. Showed them tied up at the end of the quarter at 14, and then second quarter came out. Dazzlin Hunt getting hurt late into the first quarter, and it kind of seemed to take a little bit of momentum away from the team. Her hustle, her leadership out on the court. So again, we want to wish her the best, and sending prayers to her as well. Hoping that she will get good medical care and come out of this with hopefully something fairly minor. But again, not sure with that. Don't want to speculate. And then, you know, so Lady Cats doing a great job there. Foul trouble wise, kind of started to get into it early with a few of the girls getting some early fouls, and then kind of played that second quarter better, and kind of did a good job. Really only never got into double bonus. Had I believe 6 team fouls at the end of the first quarter, and I think only ended up with 8 team fouls. So really played the second quarter well also. And so yeah, really impressed with that. And some good play off of the bench. I mean, they had to call on Austin Slagle early in this game because of some of that foul trouble, but also with the injury to Dazzlin Hunt. And came in and played really well. Cadence Bowman also doing well. So as far as the keys to the game, I think you know, they're really doing pretty well. The foul trouble would probably be the only one that I'm concerned of them you know, really needing to watch, make sure that they don't get into foul trouble early in this third quarter, and then they can hopefully play full strength through the end of this quarter. So as we continue the Hot Springs Health halftime show, also want to thank One-Eyed Buffalo for always sponsoring the stats. And for our halftime stats as we move forward, I have the Lady Bulldogs with 4 different scorers in the game. Reagan May with a couple free throws in the second quarter with 2 points. Amy Newman with the lone 3 for the Lady Bulldogs and a free throw, so she has 4 points. Libby Mickelson, probably the most even of scoring that we're seeing out of our scores, kind of equal in each quarter. Had 5 in the first quarter, 6 in the second with a total of 11 points, so leading all Lady Bulldogs, scoring with 11 there. And then Summer Teeter having a good first quarter as well with 5 points. And so good scoring there. Libby Mickelson leading all scorers with 11. And then as far as it goes, and then fouls-wise, they do have 3 players with 2 fouls, Amy Newman, Libby Mickelson, and Kaylee Owens, each having 2 fouls, and Kennedy Rail having a single foul. And that's all the fouls for that team. And then as far as the stats for the Lady Cats, Dazzlin Hunt was able to score a bucket there before she did go down with an injury. So 2 points for her. Cameron Farrell with a 1 of 4 from the free throw line in the first quarter, and then had a bucket there in the second quarter, the lone bucket in the second quarter. So 3 points for her. And JC Owsley really doing most of her damage, or all of her damage in the first quarter, scoring a lot of buckets and doing it quick with 11 points. So 16 points there for the Lady Cats. Like I said, a few with some foul trouble. 2 for each, Cameron Farrell, JC Owsley, and Ruth Ann Johnson. So we want to really hope that they work on staying out of foul trouble, and not picking up anything early. Dazzlin Hunt did have a foul again before she went down, and then Cadence Bowman with the other foul. So 8 team fouls for them and 7 for the Lady Bulldogs. So again, doing pretty good. It'll be great to see how we do in the second half. So that'll wrap up the halftime show, sponsored by Hot Springs Health. And again, thanks to One Eyed Buffalo for the stats of the game here at halftime. And when we come back, we'll come back for the start of the second half, and we will be right back after this.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back here as the Lady Cats start off with first possession here in the third quarter. And again, those of you listening on 101.7, thank you for spending some time on this Tuesday evening listening to some Lady Cat basketball. And those of you streaming live on WYO Today on YouTube, appreciate it as well. Apologize again, I'm kind of running solo on running the camera and talking here, but trying to do my best. So I know there were a few times I got caught on one end or the other. So drive in there by Cameron Farrell, who picks up the foul, so that'll be a quick foul on her, which will give her 3. So again, trying to stay out of foul trouble there for the Lady Cats will be really important. Hopefully that'll be her first foul and only foul this quarter. Kennedy up with a shot and no good. Ruth Ann Johnson with the rebound, hustle, try to pass it up to JC Bassey. Unfortunately, the ball goes out of bounds, and Lady Bulldogs will have possession. Amy Newman take it out. So Maggie Landon will check in for the first time again to try to save Cameron Farrell from picking up another early foul here. So Maggie Landon in for the first time. So again, happy to get good bench play from these Lady Cats. So Maggie really flying around. So good to see her doing that. Pass over. Good defense by Ruth Ann Johnson up and draws the foul. So picks up a charge. She's not real she's pretty excited, jumping up and down. Foul there on, looks like Kennedy. That'll be her second foul. Ruth Ann Johnson, I think, showing her hand a little bit that she's not used to getting that call in favor of her. So excited that she picked that up. Oh, and then long hard pass up to try to get it to Maggie Landon, and ends up in the hands of the Lady Bulldogs. Owens with the ball in the corner, long pass over to Edwards. Edwards going to drive hard and breaks through double team there. Ina King with the rebound. Falls down on the ground though, and gets a travel call. So again, kind of slow to get up. Great help and teamwork from both Lady Bulldogs and Lady Cats. It's kind of nervous that she rolled her ankle as well, but looks like she's okay. It doesn't look like a limp or anything. So Lady Bulldogs will take the ball out of bounds. Kennedy with the fake over to Edwards. Edwards with a long three up, no good. Ina King try to get the ball, ends up on the ground again. Ball ends up in Maggie Landon's hand, and Owens will pick up the foul. So Kaylee Owens picks up her third foul. So again, Lady Bulldogs having fouls on the ones they probably don't want, and Lady Cats as well. JC Alsey with the long pass up to Maggie Landon. Maggie Landon, oh, with another offensive foul call, and that will be against Maggie Landon. So kind of a run of offensive fouls here in the last few minutes. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 6:33 left in this third quarter. Lady Bulldogs up 22-16 over the Lady Cats. It'll be a quick timeout, and we will be right back.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
All right, and we're back for Lady Bobcat basketball as the Lady Bulldogs will bring it in after the timeout here from Coach Vio for the Lady Cats. Amy Newman will bring the ball up to a light jog, pass it over to the right-hand side to Edwards. Edwards ball overhead to Amy Newman, back to Edwards, looking to get it into Mickelson, who's had a great first half, so really try to find that hot hand and get her the ball so she can score into high post into Mickelson. A great pass over to Kennedy. Kennedy ends up getting it into the hands of Amy Newman. Amy Newman up and good for the bucket. Ruth Ann Johnson with the ball up and fast. Gets the press broken, gets the ball into JC Owsley's hands. She'll run our offense. She's going to dribble towards Maggie Landon. Maggie Landon gets the ball on the right-hand side. She's looking to pass the ball into Ina King. Great entry pass from Ina. Good up and under move again from Ina. Just unfortunately, would have liked to see her use a little left baby hook on that shot there, but a tough shot anyways. Up and no good. Ball ends up the Lady Bulldogs pass to the top of for Edwards. Amy Newman thought about the shot, but instead she drove it in. Great screen and roll there between Amy Newman and Owens, but not on quite on the same page. Ball goes out of bounds off of Amy Newman. Ruth Ann Johnson with another pass stolen there by Owens, out of bounds on the press. Down in the corner there, Edwards will end up with it. Ooh, good strong move there by Edwards. Gets the ball into Kennedy. Edwards playing some defense of her own on her teammate. Amy Newman's just going to hold it for a second at the top of the key, get her team set up. Pass goes over to Edwards. Edwards back into the corner to Newman. Gets it back at the top. Kennedy, top of the key, looking to pass it over. Gets it into Amy Newman's hands as well. Lady Cats playing a 2-3 zone here, so Lady Bulldogs having to pass around, looking for an opening in that zone, trying to get them out of sync. Edwards fakes a three-point shot, gets it into Owens. Owens out to Kennedy rail, no good. Owens in for the offensive board. Looks like JC Owsley got a hand in there, knocked the ball off of Owens, so ball will go to the Lady Cats. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 4:43 left in this third quarter. Lady Cats trail 24-16. Not a lot of buckets being scored in this third quarter as well, so it'd be nice to see him go up. JC Owsley with a strong move all the way up, but up and no good, so Lady Bulldogs end up with the ball. Kennedy gets it, nice pass down to Owens. Owens kind of through the legs, passes it out to Amy Newman. And looks like Ina King fell on the ground, so kind of, let's see here. Foul ended up being, on JC Bassey. And that'll be just her first foul. Is the third team foul. And Summer Teeter will come back into the game. Cameron Farrell checks back into the game for JC Owsley to give her a break, because really they have just a few girls on the bench. Pass from Summer Teeter is no good to Owens. Ruth Ann Johnson with it. She's going to go all the way coast to coast. And one opportunity, doesn't quite finish the shot just off the front of the rim, but we'll have an opportunity to shoot 2 free throws here. It'd be good to get one or both of these to go down, get on the board for this third quarter. Foul does end up going on Summer Teeter. That's just her first. Free throw is up and is no good for Ruth Ann Johnson, who normally is a good free throw shooter. She's kind of struggling from the line the last few games. JC Owsley set to check back in for JC Bassey. Again, they're going to have kind of some quick substitutions, only with 3 on the bench available to play. Ruth Ann Johnson's second one is up and is good. And with that being said, they really might only have 2 players available, depending on quarters. I'm not sure what they played for JV game. So Austin Slagle does have her warm-up on, so maybe she's unavailable for the second half. Edwards with the drive in. Good hard move. Good little left or right-hand floater shot there by Edwards, up and good. So 4 points for the Lady Bulldogs in this quarter to the 1 point for the Lady Cats. So a little bit of a slow quarter here with just 3:45 left. JC Owsley with a nice elbow jumper up, no good. Edwards with a good, strong rebound there, just over the outstretched arms of Cameron Farrell. Amy Newman will bring the ball up, pass it over to Kiana Walker, her first time in the game. Get it back up to Amy Newman. Amy Newman's doing a great job of just kind of leading her team, making sure they're getting set up in their offense. Long cross-court pass to Summer Teeter. Summer Teeter, good hard drive in there, out to Edwards. Edwards will drive hard to the elbow, pass it out to Owens. Owens with the shot up and is good. So Lady Bulldogs kind of imposing their will on the Lady Cats right now with 11-point lead, 3 minutes left here. Lady Bulldogs 28, Lady Cats 17. Good pass by JC Owsley down into Maggie Landon. Maggie Landon shot up, kind of just forced the shot up, no good. Ruth Ann Johnson with good hustle play to save it, gets it into Kiana Walker's hands. Ball goes out to Edwards. Edwards with a 3. She's really been wanting that 3 to drop for her and got one to drop. So again, Lady Bulldogs really making a run here in the last couple minutes against the Lady Cats. Lady Cats are going to have to really work at taking care of the ball, taking a good shot for the team as well. Ruth Ann Johnson with it up the top of the key. Lady Cats a little bit out of sync here, trying to set up a play. Ruth Ann Johnson with a good move and up and no good. Man, she did everything right and just couldn't get the ball to drop in. So Amy Newman with the ball and dribbling it up, and frustratingly, she dribbled it just off of her foot. Not really sure what happened there. I don't think she really understands what happened. So ball goes off her foot and out of bounds. But again, Lady Cats kind of showing their lack of bench depth right now, as they look pretty wore out. So they're going to have to really work here in this third quarter to try to get on the board. Ruth Ann Johnson with the ball, pass from JC Owsley and back out to JC Owsley. Ruth Ann and JC did a great job of breaking the press there. JC in, up, and is good. So again, JC Owsley just working hard, trying to get a bucket up, and is good. Amy Newman will bring it up, pass it over to Hall. Back out, Ruth Ann Johnson kind of jumping at her, making that pass hard. Ina King knocks it away. Ruth Ann will bring the ball up, looking for something inside. Oh, she'll pull up from the 3, up and no good. And Hall will end up with the ball, and she looks like she's going to bring it up full court until someone tries to stop her. JC Bassey, good defense there to stop the ball. Ruth Ann Johnson with another steal. Get her head up with Cameron Farrell working hard to get the ball. Cameron with an up and under move, up and good. What a great shot by Cameron Farrell, as she just kind of, as she was falling to the ground being fouled, she just a nice little scoop shot there by her, and shot is up and is good. Foul will go on Kiana Walker. That'll just be her first foul as well, fourth team foul. So we're going to take a quick timeout. Cameron Farrell with the bucket, and she will have an opportunity for a free throw when we come back.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, welcome back. Kevin Gerber here with Lady Bobcat basketball. We're going to have an extended buzzer, and clock is out for just a second. Kind of gone in and out several times here as we've been watching the game. Don't know if someone's been kicking it or going. So now we're waiting for the clocks to come up. And Cameron Farrell will have an opportunity to shoot and one shot here. Lady Bulldogs outscoring the Lady Cats 9-5 right now. So Lady Cats really kind of handling that little run by the Lady Bulldogs really well, and doing a great job of getting it back kind of within range. They are down by 10 points, 31-21, 1:24 left in the third quarter. Cameron Farrell will have an opportunity for one free throw here to get it back into single digits, which would be really good for them to keep it a single digit, if not get it even closer than that, as this last minute and a half will tick away. Shot is up and good. She confidently backpedals as she releases it, so she knew that one was going to be good. Kennedy will bring the ball up the court. So she will trying to look for somebody to get it into, tries to pass it over to Summer Teeter. JC Bassey, who's got just the wheels, is able to steal it. Tries to go up with a one-hand layup, unable to get it, but Cameron Farrell with the follow rebound and a putback. So 5 quick points there for Cameron Farrell. Get this back within 7 points. Under a minute left in the game here, as Krista McIntosh is checked into the game as well. Calling for the ball underneath, but poked away there by Ruth Ann Johnson. Doing great with defense here. Lady Cats really doing a great job of some solid defense and really fighting back into this game. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Lady Bulldogs 31, Lady Cats 24 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Amy Newman will get it in. Had a few of the bench players for Coach Edwards and Lady Dogs in, and so kind of switched out, got some new ones in there, and as the shot went up by Krista McIntosh, able to go in, and rebound there by Ruth Ann Johnson gets it into Cameron Farrell. Cameron will pass it in to JC Owsley. JC Owsley drawn a lot of attention, of course, with having the good game that she's having. Ina King trying to pass the ball there and gets into trouble and gets knocked away, ends up in the hands of Edwards. Edwards will look to pass it over to Owens. JC Bassey almost getting the steal there. Owens dribbling with her left hand there. McIntosh with the ball. Pass it, try to get it up over the top. Oh, both Bassey and Owsley thought the other was going to get it. Ended back up in the hands of McIntosh. McIntosh throws the ball out of bounds, so Lady Cats will have the ball. 3.6 seconds left in the third quarter. 31-24 from the Lady Cats. Long pass from Ruth Ann Johnson into Ina King. Shot is up and is no good. Lady Bulldogs 31, Lady Cats 24. That's the end of the third quarter, and we will be back for the start of.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
All right, and we're underway here in the third quarter. A good steal by J.C. Owsley. Pass up to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell up with the left hand up and is no good, but she does a great job of drawing contact there. She goes up with the left hand nice and strong. So Cameron Farrell will have an opportunity to start this fourth quarter right off with a couple free throws. Foul will go against Kaylee Owens, so she'll pick up her fourth foul. Really the only one in foul trouble at this point. Cameron Farrell with 3 for the Lady Cats, and Kaylee Owens with 4. A number of players with 2 fouls, so looking really good going into the fourth quarter for the Lady Cats. Cameron Farrell's first shot was up and is no good. Second one is up and no good as well. As Mickelson comes down with the ball, Ruthan's gonna have to be careful with some of those so she doesn't get fouls called on her. Amy Newen with a great drive-in pass up to Owens. Misses the shot, and Ina King comes down with the pass. Does a great job of being strong with the ball, gets it into Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell passing into J.C. Owsley, and J.C. Bassey goes ahead and posts up and gets on the block there, and as they try to pass it in, foul is called. And that will be a foul on Lily Edwards, just her first foul. But that is the 16th foul on the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Cats with 3 team fouls. Pass out to J.C. Bassey, gets it into Owsley. Owsley with a good drive in there, but again, getting a lot of attention, almost triple team. Ruthann Johnson pokes it away back to J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley with a one-hand, left-hand layup, kind of a scoop shot, unable to get it to go in, and Amy Newman ends up with the ball back down in her hands. She'll pass the ball over to Teeter. Teeter will pass it over to Edwards. Edwards looking for a long shot, unable to get that to go in, and Ina King with the rebound again. Bringing the ball up, Cameron Farrell smartly comes over and says, hey, let me go ahead and run the point on this one. So she gets it, getting ready to set up the offense. Great backdoor cut by Ruthann Johnson. Fine from Cameron Farrell, and a great little touch on that shot for Ruthann Johnson. Great pass, too, from Cameron Farrell to see that backdoor opportunity. Pass it over to Edwards. Edwards down into Newman. Newman's going to drive up to the top of the key, get it into Teeter, and J.C. Owsley with the steal again. Look to pass it up to Owsley, or to Bassey. Bassey, she goes up and again draws a foul. So J.C. Bassey kind of definitely never the tallest one out on the court, but man, she works hard and she does a good job of getting them in the air, and she'll go ahead and be able to take a couple shots from the free throw line here. And this is when they need to really cut away at this lead. It's a 5-point lead. Foul there was on Summer Teeter as well. I have her down for 2. They just have her down for 1, so it might just be her first. First shot is up and good for J.C. Bassey. So a 4-point lead, 31-27 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. A minute and a half is all gone. Second one is missed. Ruthann Johnson gets a rebound. Her iconic jump pass to Cameron Farrell at the top of the key. Ruth cutting through the lane, gets it from J.C. Owsley. J.C. Owsley going to make a move there. Pass out to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell, long 3, up, no good. Saw some coaches jumping up on that one, hoping that it was going to go in. Teeter with the rebound, and looks like Coach Edwards saw something that he wants to make a change to. So Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 6:09 left in this final quarter. 31-27, Lady Bulldogs lead the Lady Cats. Minute timeout here. We'll be right back.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Moreland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
All right, we're back here after the timeout. Lady Bulldogs take the ball out of bounds here on the sideline. I'll bring it up, so we'll see what Coach Edwards drew up for the Lady Bulldogs. Edwards passes it to the corner. Kennedy gets it, pass it back to Edwards. Edwards over to Kennedy. She'll get it back into Edwards' hands. Edwards looking to drive in there. It looks like JC Owsley got a little aggressive on defense playing there, so she'll pick up her third foul. So again, 5:51 left here, so that foul doesn't hurt too much. The next one could, so she doesn't want to pick up another quick one here. Ball gets into Edwards' hands again. Edwards passes it over to Reagan May, into Teeter. Edwards really showing that three-point shot now that she's taken several times, and now it's kind of making the Lady Cats run out on it a little bit harder. She's getting a good drive in there, so the basket is up and good for her. Cameron Farrell gets the ball into Ruth Ann Johnson's hands. Ruth Ann tries to make a crossover move there, and good defense by Kennedy there, and gets a jump ball opportunity there, but it will stay in the Lady Cats' possession. So Ruth Ann Johnson will take it out of bounds here on the near side. Look to get it into JC Owsley. JC Owsley to Cameron and Ruthie at the same time. Ruthie ends up with the ball. Ruthie with a good shot up and no good, but it was a good hard shot. Cameron Farrell coming in with the steal from Teeter. Pass into JC Owsley. JC Owsley, great move in there. Very aggressive to just try to go in. Took it right at Teeter, and looks like that will be foul. I believe that was on Teeter, but it might. Oh, I apologize. That was on Reagan May, so that'll be her first foul. JC Owsley's first free throw is up and is good. She'll have a chance at a second one here, so great hard move. 5-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs over the Lady Cats with 5 minutes left here on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 33-28. Second one is up and is good. So Lady Cats have been able to get the lead cut down to 4 a couple times here, but they're really going to have to work to try to get it back down to a single possession here on this next. So they're going to have to get a good stop. Good hands by JC Owsley again. Lady Bulldogs continue to try to throw it up over the top, and JC Owsley's been doing a great job of getting her in her hands on the ball as they've tried to throw over the top. Jump ball ends up happening here, and the Lady Bulldogs get it. Edwards gets it wide open from the three-point line, and that's huge as she makes that one. So a couple big buckets here in this fourth quarter for the Lady Bulldogs. 5 points for Lily Edwards in this quarter, and that's all 5 of the points the Lady Bulldogs have scored. It's a even quarter so far for both the Lady Cats and Lady Bulldogs. 5-5. Cameron Farrell driving hard with her left hand up the side of the court. Looks to pass it into JC Owsley. JC Owsley, another nice, pretty shot up and over the top. And again, folks, she's just a freshman. So she's been doing a really good job today. Both her and Cameron Farrell, both freshmen, play a lot of time on this varsity Lady court. Summer Teeter with a nice hard drive in of her own. Kind of had to take a couple on the other end, on the defensive end, and she finally was ready to do one on her own. Ina King, I believe, picks up that foul. That'll be just her first foul. That will be the 15th foul for the Lady Cats. Teeter's shot was up and was good, and then her and one opportunity is no good. JC Owsley with the ball in the hands. Tries to get over to Mickelson, over Mickelson's outstretched arms. Ruth Ann does end up with the ball. Dribbles hard up the right-hand side, jump stop. Kind of in trouble there, but tries to pass it over the top to JC Bassey. Summer Teeter gets her hands in there on it. Ruth Ann Johnson will take the ball out on the sideline as they run a stack here. Get it into Cameron Farrell's hand. Cameron will pick her dribble up, throw it into Ina King, look for a handoff, gets it into JC Owsley's hands. JC takes it in. Oh, no good, but there was Mickelson standing waiting for the drive in there. So that will be 4 on JC Owsley. as Libby Mickelson steps in and takes a hard charge there. Kennedy will bring the ball up for the Lady Bulldogs. Pass it over to Reagan May. Reagan May with the pass into Kennedy. Kennedy's shot is up and is good for her first bucket of the game. 2 points for her. 9-point lead now for the Lady Bulldogs, 40-31. 3:45 left here in the fourth quarter as JC Bassey brings the ball up. Pass it over to Ruth Ann Johnson. JC Owsley looking wide open underneath, really putting her arms up, kind of calling for the ball. So she's going to catch it, shoot a three, up and good. JC Owsley, have yourself a game, ma'am. So big three there for the Lady Cats. Cuts that lead down to 6 now. 3:26 left here in the fourth quarter. Lady Bulldogs 40, Lady Cats 34, and we'll be right back.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
All right, and we're back after the timeout. 3:26 on Pinnacle Bank scoreboard left here in the game. Lady Bulldogs 40, Lady Cats 34. Big three by JC Owsley there to get Coach Edwards to call a timeout. Crossover by Reagan May. Great move to get the ball up. Good hustle from Ina King as she tried to pass the ball over to Teeter, and Ina knocks the ball out of bounds. So it'll be Lady Bulldogs ball underneath the hoop. I find myself keep spectating and not moving the camera. So for those of you watching on WYO Today, streaming on YouTube, I apologize for my delay. Hopefully I'll describe well enough to get you the plays there. Edwards with a great drive in. Ina King trying to stay straight up, but it looks like she must have dipped the hip into her as she tried to drive by. So Ina King will pick up her second foul. That will be the 7th team foul as Edwards goes to the line. Edwards' first shot is up and is no good. She was really the one that got the scoring going for the Lady Bulldogs in this quarter, scoring 5 straight, and then being joined by Kennedy and Summer Teeter for a bucket each. Second one is up and is good, so 6 points there for Lily Edwards. Cadence Bowman's going to check into the ball game here, so she must have had one more quarter left for her after the JV game. Pass from Ruth Ann Johnson is stolen by Edwards. Edwards passes out to Kennedy. Kennedy will pass it out to May. May looks for Edwards at the top of the key. She's going to give a head fake again. Back out to May. May with a deep three, rolls around on the rim. Up is no good. Cadence Bowman with a great rebound there, kind of through traffic, gets it into Ruth Ann Johnson's hands. Good screen by Cadence Bowman, gets it back into Cameron Farrell's hands now as they set up the offense. 2:45 left here. 7-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs, 41-34 over the Lady Cats. Pass over to Cadence Bowman. Screen there. Oh, tough pass by Cadence Bowman, trying to force it into JC Owsley. May will get the steal. Good defense there again from kind of coming up from behind from JC Bassey, which made May kind of just hang on to the ball a little bit too long, drug that back foot, gets a travel violation. Ruth Ann Johnson will take the ball out in front of the Lovell bench here as a few substitutions occur. May and Teeter out. And Mickelson and Newman will check in. It's like an offensive foul will be called on Cadence Bowman as she tried to set a screen there to get it open for Lady Cats. Unfortunately, leaned into it, got a foul, so that'll be her second foul. So she'll come back out of the game. Ina King. Those are big possessions right there that you just can't afford to give the ball right back. Looks like they will originally were going to take it out on the sideline, but they will take it out underneath their own hoop. Kennedy will take the ball out as the Lady Bulldogs set up in their out-of-bounds play. Oh, great move by Owens, up and good with the left hand. So again, kind of getting out of reach here for the Lady Cats. Good jump pass there from Ruth Ann Johnson up to J.C. Owsley. Cameron Farrell with a long, deep three. Need that one up. No good. Ina King fighting for the ball against Newman. Oh, going to call a foul. Thought there was going to be a jump ball. Unfortunately, it was not. And looks like there was a foul on the arm. Is that going to be called on? Looks like that one on Ruth Ann Johnson, which will be her third foul. So again, Ruth Ann's done a great job, got 2 fouls in the first quarter and has played really the rest of this game without fouling. I mean, right there again, tried kind of a good hustle play to go get the ball. One-on-one opportunity there by Newman. Newman, her first bucket of the fourth quarter here. 7 total points for Newman in this contest. Maggie Landon will check in for Ina King. Probably a little offense-defense sequence here for Coach Villa. Newman will set for her second free throw, up and is good. So that will get the lead up to double digits again, a 10-point lead, or 11-point lead, 45-34. Lady Bulldogs over Lady Cats. J.C. Bassey dribbling the ball up, trying to look for Maggie Landon and not able to get the ball to her. Cameron Farrell, good move, left hand, hard left hand move, kind of expecting more contact through that. Doesn't get the ball. Edwards brings the ball down, gets it into Amy Newman's hands. Now Lovell Bulldogs really control, under 2 minutes here. Kennedy with the deep three, up, no good. Maggie Landon, good box out there to go get the rebound. Maggie will dribble the ball up, get it into Cameron Farrell's hands as they set up the offense. Going to have to run some quick offensive plays here for the Lady Cats, try to get some shots up. Cameron Farrell pass out to Ruth Ann Johnson. Ruth Ann Johnson up and good. Great shot by Ruthie. Good find by Cameron Farrell as well. So another quick timeout here it looks like by Coach Villa after the made bucket. It'll be a quick timeout, so we'll stay here again as well. Looks like Lady Cats have 12 points in this quarter and 13 for the Lady Bulldogs. So an evenly matched quarter, but when Lady Bulldogs coming into the quarter leading, kind of need some stops here for the Lady Cats. Not a lot of time left on the clock here. 8-point game. Lady Bulldogs 45, Lady Cats 37 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. As they're getting ready to come out of this timeout, it's going to be really important for the Lady Cats now to work hard at getting some stops, getting some quick steals here, and then also getting some fast offense and some shots. That three-pointer by Ruthie was huge. Looks like they set up in a full court press here, try to cause some pressure, hopefully to get some of those turnovers. Just a little man-on-man. Looks like they're kind of trying to set up a trap here, try to get some steals. Ball goes, kind of through a few people, but really no problem. Ball gets into Amy Newman's hands. She does a great job of setting up, being patient in the offense. J.C. Bassey playing over tough, and Ruth Ann Johnson will run over Coach Villa calling for the foul here, so Ruth Ann will get that one. That'll be her fourth foul, but again, that one was on purpose, trying to get a foul to try to stop the clock. Connie Hall will go to the line. Lady Cats with 10 team fouls now, so it will be double bonus for the Lady Bulldogs for the rest of the way. 1:05 left here in the fourth quarter. Lady Bulldogs 45, Lady Cats 37. Shot by Hall is up and no good for the first one. So again, that's kind of what you want if you're the Lady Cats. You want the clock to be stopped. You want free throws to not happen. Now Ruth Ann will have to be careful here to try to not get her fifth foul and try to let somebody else with fewer fouls maybe start getting some of those. Second one by Hall is up and good. Maggie Landon gets the ball. Great pass to Cameron Farrell. Cameron drive up, scoop up, and good. What a great shot by Cameron Farrell. Again, has a couple of those. Again, now Lady Cats trying to get a stop here. J.C. Bassey doing a great job of hustling over to Kennedy. Does get a foul on J.C. Bassey, but again, that's kind of what they're going for. last sequence, 10 seconds off since the last time they shot free throws, so 50 seconds left here. Really only gained 1 point. They went 1 of 2 from the free throw line, so Kennedy will go to the line for 2 free throws. First one is up and is good. 3 points in the quarter here for Kennedy. And then looks like we'll get another quick sub here by Ray if they are able to, or by May if they're able to get her in. Shot is up and is no good. Then Johnson will get the ball, and they're going to have to hustle to get the ball up. Hard jump pass thrown kind of just into traffic there. Owens ends up getting the ball. Amy Newman will get the ball, pass it up to Edwards. Cameron Farrell going to play tough defense. 33 seconds left. Cameron really trying not to foul, but looks like Maggie Landon kind of came over and bailed her out, so she didn't have to pick up her 5th foul, or her 4th foul. So Maggie Landon will pick up her 2nd foul. And to the foul line, Edwards will go to the line to shoot free throws. She's 2 for 2 right now. And first one is up and is good. 8 points in the quarter here for Lily Edwards. Playing a great game in the second half especially. Second shot is up and is good. Ruth Ann Johnson will come out of the game and get Cadence Bowman in there. Probably looking for a little bit more of a deep threat, kind of a smaller lineup here, looking for some threes. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 32 seconds left here. Lady Cats trailing by 10, 49-39 to Lady Bulldogs. JC Bassey dribbling through some pressure. Unable to hold on to the ball. Ends up in Owens' hands. Foul will occur on JC Bassey. So JC Bassey, who normally doesn't get too many fouls in a game, picks up a couple quick ones here, trying to just stop the clock. 24 seconds left. Kaylee Owens will go to the line for 2. First one is up and good. So good free throw there by Kaylee Owens. Ruth Ann Johnson will check back in for Maggie Landon. And second shot for Owens is up and no good. And Ruth Ann Johnson will end up with the ball, try to get it into J.C. Owsley's hand. J.C. over to Cadence Bowman, needing to hustle, pass it up to Cameron Farrell. Cameron Farrell will pass it over to J.C. Owsley, over to Cadence Bowman. Cadence Bowman shot up, no good, 10 seconds left. Looks like they're gonna not foul any longer. J.C. Bassey ends up with the ball again, gets it, goes up for the shot, no good. It gets up and no good again. To just 2.1 seconds left here in the quarter, but J.C. Bassey still working hard underneath the hoop, getting a couple shots at the basket. Does get fouled. That'll be Summer Teeter's 3rd foul. Looks like the Lady Bulldogs will walk away here with a win. We'll see if it is double digits or not. So 50-39, Lady Bulldogs over the top of the Lady Cats. 2.1 seconds. First shot by J.C. Bassey is no good. Second shot for J.C. Bassey is up and no good as well. Rebound there by Kiana Walker, and that'll do it. Lady Cats really fighting really hard, especially with a small lineup, not a lot of play coming, not a lot of gals on the bench to kind of be able to come in, especially when one of their starters gets injured. Hate to see that, and again, thoughts and prayers up for Dazzlin Hunt as to see how she's doing. And with that, the Lady Cats fall a little short to the Lady Bulldogs. Played really, really well. Again, being shorthanded. Really proud of the girls. I thought it was really one of the best games we've seen from them just in the short time we've been able to call these games. So really proud of our Lady Cats in this game. Falling short to the Lady Bulldogs 50-39. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with the post-game show, the Click It or Ticket post-game show, and our One-Eye Buffalo halftime or post-game stats as well, and then get ready for the boys game. We'll be right back after this.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit. Because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyomingen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and we're here for the Click It or Ticket post-game show. Again, want to thank all of our sponsors for each and every spot here with our pregame shows, our stats of the game, our keys to the game, halftime shows, all of those things, post-game. Again, we wouldn't be able to do this without you, each and every one of you, and we just appreciate your time and that you spend with us. And those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO, thank you for spending this evening with us as we finish up Lady Bobcat basketball and get ready to head into the boys Bobcat basketball team. With that being said, again, I'm really, really proud of these Lady Cats with as hard as they fought in this game. A couple of our keys to the game were to just come out firing off all cylinders, kind of how they ended the weekend last weekend. So they just had a Sunday break, Monday practice, and then a quick turnaround for this makeup game against Lovell. And they did a really good job, so super proud of how hard they played. Really stayed out of foul trouble. Nobody fouled out for the Lady Cats, which was really key, especially once Dazzlin Hunt went down with the injury that, that made their bench even smaller. And so, again, they just played really well without fouling out. And then, just good bench play. I mean, the injury caused some gals to have to come in, and Ina King doing a great job, Austin Slagle and Cadence Bowman. So really playing with, and Maggie Landon as well, playing with nine girls, Dazzlin Hunt then going down, so getting it back down to 8. Just really good play from all of the girls. So again, really proud of them and how hard they played. As we get going here with the Click It or Ticket post-game show, also want to bring up the One-Eyed Buffalo post-game stats for the game as well. As for the Lady Cats, as we look at it here, Dazzlin Hunt ended up with 2 points, again, going down with the injury, but getting a bucket early in the game. And she ended up with 1 foul as well. JC Bassey ended up scoring 2 points, going 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Cameron Farrell ended up with 10 points in the game, really coming on the second half, having a really good second half, scoring 7 of her 10 points in the second half. JC Owsley, just from start to finish, just having a really good game as well. She ended the game with 19 and was the Lady Cats leading scorer, just doing a great job kind of all the way around. Had a slow second quarter, but that was the Lady Cats all the way across the board, only scoring 2. And then to finish it off, Ruth Ann Johnson with some big points in the fourth quarter and went 1 of 3 from the free throw line, scoring 6 points. Again, losing the game 50-39 to the Lady Bulldogs, but really they played well. Again, just kind of that quarter, that one more quarter. The second quarter was the tough one, being outscored 8-2, but really doing a great job, playing a really, really hard-fought game. As far as Lady Bulldogs go, a lot of scoring across the board. Had 8 girls in scoring. Reagan May went 2 of 2 from the free throw line, scoring 2 points. Kennedy Real ended up with 3 points, going 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Amy Newman, who does a really good job of setting up their offense and doing some great things, she ended up with 8 points. She went 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Lily Edwards ended up with 13 points, scoring all of her points in the second quarter, really kind of enforcing her will on the ladies. So a tale of two halves. Libby Mickelson scoring 11 all 11 of hers in the first half. So Libby Mickelson with 11 in the first half, Lily Edwards with 13 in the second half. Connie Hall went 1 of 2 from the free throw line, scoring 1 point. Kaylee Owens ended up with 5 points, scoring all of hers in the second half, going 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Summer Teeter ended up with 7 points, going 1 of 2 from the free throw line and getting 7 as well. So again, a lot of Lady Bulldogs scoring in that game, 7 across the board, 5 for Lady Cats. So a really good game. Again, want to thank One Eye Buffalo for the post-game stats and the Click It or Ticket for the post-game show. We will take a quick break here and announce our players of the game and then get ready for the pregame show for the boys.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
All right, Kevin Gerber back here for the post-game Click It or Ticket post-game show. Again, thank you to Click It or Ticket for sponsoring our post-game show, One Eye Buffalo for sponsoring our post-game stats. And real quick, as we go and look at our players of the game, both our Papa Murphy's and Gatorade players of the game. I mean, really, I think the freshmen really shined in this game. JC Owsley just having a solid all the way across the board. A lot of it started with her defense, really caused a lot of turnovers at the, when they were trying to reverse it against their zone. Got their hands on the ball a lot. Had a great first quarter, scoring 11 points. Again, a tough second quarter for the Lady Cats, and then she really did a great job kind of finishing off this fourth quarter. So she ended up with 19 points. Did a great job. Had 4 fouls, but never did foul out, so did a great job there. And then, and so that's our Papa Murphy's player of the game. And for our Gatorade player of the game, I mean, Cameron Farrell really turned it on the second half, scoring 7 of her 10 points in the second half. Really doing a great job of running the offense. Really handled pressure well. Also made some tough up and under shots. And just really proud of both of these freshmen as well as they played. So JC Owsley, our Papa Murphy's player of the game, and Cameron Farrell, our Gatorade player of the game. And that will wrap up our post-game show here, our Click It or Ticket post-game show, and we're going to just hop right into our Gotchi pregame show for the boys game here. And you know, we're looking forward to again playing. This is a rescheduled game from earlier this month. Late January. Weather kind of got in the way for a Saturday game, or the Bobcats were supposed to be coming up and playing, and so got scheduled to tonight on a Tuesday night. So a long road trip for the Cats to have to make up here against the Bulldogs, but you know, one practice in on a Monday, and so they'll go in and really try to do what they've been trying to do and getting that first win in their quad for the conference. It is a tough quad with Powell, Warland, Thermopolis, and Lovell, and really on any given night, I think any of these teams really can win. So I think tonight's going to be a great measuring stick for the Bobcats. As far as the Edward Jones Keys to the Game presented by Travis Winger, you know, some big things I think is Coach Corpening's really trying to set a roster here, and as you can, as I'll kind of scroll the camera over, you can see we have a number of players in the mix here, and ultimately it comes down to you know, you get to take 12 players to regionals and hopefully then on to state. And so it's really, it seems as though the last few weeks have really been trying to decide, like, what is that roster exactly going to look like. Starting lineups have changed, and so with that, just trying to find what is the best fit for the Bobcats, and what roster works the best, what players play together the best, what really gets them going and motivated and playing really hard, so that ultimately they can get that final roster set as they move into the postseason. You know, a lot of great plays come in. I think the key again is going to be, you know, building chemistry with each other. Who's going to play? A couple of great freshman ball players will be playing as well, and Zach Casey and Lady Bomengen, who had a couple starts for under their belt here last weekend, starting both of those games, a few games earlier in the year as well, and they're doing a great job with, you know, really working through the offense and doing what Coach Corpening's asking them to do, and then building that chemistry with some of the seniors in Cord Simmerall, Gavin Shumway, McCoy, Longwell as well, and just seeing like what they can do. Hadley Johnson coming off the bench and really starting to show some of the skill sets that he has as well. McCoy Longwell, who's been in starting position but is also coming off the bench, he brings a lot of energy as well. So I really think the key to this game is what kind of chemistry are they going to be able to build to you know, go into this postseason playing as at the very best. So with them, that usually comes with their defense creates offense. They're great at putting pressure on the ball. When they're running their press well, they really seem to score in bunches off of that. And so that's where I can see, you know, a key coming in there. And then again, I think it's really going to come down to not only the starters but also the bench play, like who's coming in, who's going to be the hot hand, and really start putting up some points as well. And so with that, I think you know, they have a task ahead of them. Lovell's coming into the game playing really well. I think actually have exceeded some expectations from what they originally thought, and so the Bobcats are going to have their hands full in this game, and it's such an important game when you start getting into these late quad games. This kind of wraps up the third and final for this quad, and then we'll be kind of going through it again. A game against Tongue River this weekend, and then again getting ready to move forward from there. So again, want to thank Edward Jones, their Keys to the Game presented by Travis Winger, and just a minute and a half left here in halftime, and we will take a quick break and be back for the Sutherland starting lineups right after this.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, you know, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Wingard, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
All right, and we're here back for Bobcat basketball at the Lovell Gymnasium, and they're calling out the starters right now, so we'll do the same. Sutherland's starting lineups for the Thermopolis Bobcats is 0, Jet Longwell, number 11, Gavin Shumway, number 12, Cord Simmerall, number 20, Zach Hasty, and number 32, Cody Bomengen. For the Bulldogs, we have number 1, Carter Lundberg, number 2, Joel Padilla, number 3, Trey Wembeck, number 4, Oz MacArthur, and number 23, Parker Anderson. And as we get set here to go, I kind of went through the starting lineups faster than they did. So calling out the coaches and the trainers as well. So as we finish up this pregame show sponsored by Gotchi and the starting lineup by Sutherland's, we just want to thank all of our sponsors as we move forward. And again, I want to take a minute to thank you listening on 101.7 KDNO and those of you streaming live on WYO Today and YouTube. Again, thanks for bearing with me through the camera as I was going through it. I had moments where I felt like I was good. I did have someone next to me a few times giving me a nice nudge to get me to to remember that I needed to get it going. So I will do my best here as we move forward with the boys game as well. And you know, this is like I said in the pregame show, this is a really big game for the boys to get in and try to show what they can do to start the game off. So looks like MacArthur and Bomengen will set up to do the tip here. And Cody Bomengen, one of the taller players on the team, is just a freshman, and Zach Casey there on the those of you watching on the right-hand side of the screen, number 20, he is also a freshman. So big play from them expected as well. Looked like over the back to start the game there, but Carter Lundberg ends up with the ball. We'll pass it over to Wambach. Wambach pass it to Padilla. Quick moves here, passing the ball around on the outside of the key as the Bobcats play some tough man-to-man. Cody Bomengen with the block as Trey Wambach tries to get a shot up. Ball ends up in the Bobcats' hands, and I'm already off to a start of not running the camera, so I'll do better. Cody Bomengen with the ball over the top of his head, gets it over to Gavin Shumway. Gavin Shumway passes it into Zach Hasty. Hasty to Jet Longwell. Gavin Shumway with it on the left-hand side, on the near side here. Cord Simmerall with a pull-up three, up and no good. Carter Lundberg with bring down the rebound as he dribbles it up the right-hand side, pass it to the near side here to Wambach, to Padilla. Padilla pass it over to Anderson. Anderson's going to get the ball back into Wambach's hand. Again, just passing it around, looking for an opening. The man-to-man defense, the Bobcats are going. Padilla will dribble it hard to the elbow. Gets it long three from Carter Lundberg, up and is good. And I know they do like to shoot the three, so they're going to have to close out big time on the Lovell Bulldogs here as they are not afraid to shoot the three. And obviously Lundberg is not afraid to shoot it deep. Long pass across the court. Gavin Shumway, Cord Simmerall with it, drives baseline, pass it out to Gavin Shumway. Gavin with a deep three of his own and is up and is good. So 3-3 here early in the game. 6:27 left in the first quarter. Tied up 3-3 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Pass over Wambach. Wambach will get it into Lundberg's hands. Lundberg will pass it over to Anderson. Anderson looking to find an opening here in this man-to-man defense. Zach Hasty fighting over the top of a screen there. Get it into Patilla's hands. Padilla drive baseline. Good hard crossover. Almost lost the ball, but maintained possession. Drive in hard there, baseline. Passes in for Oz MacArthur, no good. Cody Bomengen up high for the rebound. Cord Simmerall will bring the ball down court as he looks to set up the offense into Zach Casey's hands. Pass in to Cody Bomengen, freshman to freshman. Great shot there. Just fell a little bit short. Anderson with the rebound, passes it over. Lundberg with the ball. Get it into Wambach's hands. Long three there by Anderson, up, no good. Cody Bomengen fighting for the rebound, getting another rebound there. Pass it over the top to Jet Longwell. Jet Longwell driving up, no numbers there, so he's gonna pull it out, pass it over to Cord Simmerall. Cord drives it in, nice pull up, jumper right there, up and is good. So great to see Cord doing that. He has a tendency of driving in hard and drawing the offensive foul, so it was nice to see him have a little pull up jumper there. Padilla with the ball, passing it over to Anderson. Anderson over to Lundberg. Again, passing it. Ball's moving a little bit slower now than it did the first few possessions for Bulldogs. Lundberg with a step back, no shot there. Get the ball into Wambach's hands. Padilla, nice hard drive there, gets it into the middle of the key. Oh, good deep penetration there by Padilla. Passes it over to Oz MacArthur, and Oz finishes the shot there. Cord Simmerall will bring the ball up against Wambach. Wambach gets the ball, tries to get it in, and Wambach steals it up, and an easy layup for Wambach. So 7-5, Bulldogs over the top of Bobcats. Gavin Shumway bringing the ball up. He's going to pass it over to Cord Simmerall on the corner. Back to Gavin Shumway. Pass it over to Zach Hasty. Good shooter, too, looking for his shot. Cord Simmerall from the three. Up is no good. Good rebound by Jet Longwell. Jet will go up. Tough shot. Ends up with Cord. Gets the rebound. Oh, good shots there by the Bobcats. Jet did miss Zach on the on the block there, wide open when he tried to get that shot up. But again, easy for me to say when with the viewpoint I have. Ball does go off of Padilla out of bounds, so awkward position for the Bobcats to try to pass the ball in. McCoy Longwell checked in here for Zach Hasty, so McCoy will bring it over just halfway through the first quarter here. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Bulldogs 7, Bobcats 5. Good drive in there by Gavin. Gavin Shumway tried to do a little floater through the lane, airballs it, ends up in Wembeck's hands, but as he tried to turn and throw it off at one of the Bobcats, he stepped out of bounds. So McCoy Longwell will take the ball out of bounds here. Gavin Shumway coming through. What a great out of bounds play there. All eyes went to Gavin Shumway running through the screens there and left Cord Simmerall wide open for the easy bucket. So good find there by McCoy and being patient on the play. Wembeck with the ball. Pass it over to Lundberg. Lundberg will get it into Anderson's hand. Anderson to Padilla. Wembeck, good hard drive in there. Padilla opens that shot up, and Padilla's up and good. So good. Again, just that drive in, getting deep into the key is drawing the defense in, and then it's leaving that three-pointer open. So both times those threes have gone down, they've been deep threes, but it's been from a inside-out pass, which usually is exactly what you want your three-point shooters getting the ball. Great entry pass there from Jet Longwell into Cody Bomengen. Cody Bomengen up with the shot. It's no good, but a great, he is fouled on the play. So Cody Bomengen will have a chance at 2. That foul is on Oz MacArthur, his first foul of the game. First free throw is up, is no good. Like to see him just take a almost a half breath there before he puts the shot up. Kind of rushed it here at the free throw line, maybe just a little jitters of the first part of the game here. There, he's kind of slowing it down and up and a little too strong. So shot is up, is no good. Foul comes down to Lundberg. Lundberg will try to drive it in there. Pass it over to Padilla. Padilla, geez, good hard drive there, but loses the ball into Cord's hand. Jet Longwell gets a pass from Gavin. Ball kind of bouncing around here. Everybody kind of bouncing around. Ball is still loose. Ends up somehow in the Lovell Bulldogs' hands. I got caught watching and not moving the camera here. So Padilla with an up and over the top of the front of the rim there. Good for 2 as well. McCoy Longwell will be bringing the ball up. Padilla going to play some tough one-on-one defense here. Full court, try to get him to turn the ball over. Kind of lost his footing there, but nothing happened in there. They keep possession, so Gavin Shumway will get the ball. A little 1-3-1 or a little 1-2-2 zone here by Lovell. Shot is up and is no good, and Padilla showing his speed again, losing his footing, and Gavin Shumway ends up with the ball in his hands. Gavin pass over to Cord Simmerall. Cord driving hard to that left with that left hand. McCoy with the deep 3 up, no good. Padilla ended up with the rebound. So again, some good hard play here by both teams. Under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Bulldogs leading 12-7 over the Bobcats. Lundberg with the ball, pass it over to Anderson. Anderson going to spin move into the middle of the key with Jet on him. Pass out to Padilla. Padilla will pass on the 3, but pull up from 10 feet, misses it. Bomengen with a good hard rebound. So Bomengen working hard on the boards early in this game, playing really well. McCoy Longwell pass it up to Cord Simmerall. Cord driving hard with the left hand, throws it up, no good. Hoping for a foul there. And as Jet Longwell tries to save the ball, looks like he steps out of bounds before he's able to throw it in. So looks like 13, Dave Crosby checks into the game as well. And we have TJ Sheeler also checking into the game along with Owen Walker. Owen Walker having a good JV game. I believe he was in the JV game played earlier today. Padilla driving in, pass out to Anderson. Anderson, good hard drive to the baseline. Good defense by Jet Longwell. Good one-on-one play there, and kind of a late call, but I mean, I saw it, but I thought maybe he was going to go ahead and let him play through that. But good hard defense by Jet Longwell as Anderson will go to the line. His first shot is up and falls short. He'll have a second chance here. So if he is able to score that, that'll see all 5 starters for for the Bulldogs scoring, and it is up and is good. So each of the 5 starters for the Bulldogs leading the way with scoring for the Bulldogs. Gavin Shumway bringing the ball up, surveying, trying to set up the play here. Del Dukes checking in for the Bobcats. Good hard pass there. Offensive foul there on Jet Longwell, so Jet picks up 2 quick ones. Fortunately, in our offense, we tend to see that quite a bit, a little bit too fast on trying to set a screen and roll and find themselves getting a moving screen and a foul there. So Jet picks up a 2nd foul. TJ Sheeler will drive the ball in, gets it kicked back out to him as he drives in, pulls up, jumper up, and is good by TJ Sheeler. So again, scoring just being kind of spread all around for the Bulldogs. Anybody and everybody scoring. It's, as a coach, you always want to see that. Great pass, entry pass into Jet Longwell. Del Dukes ends up with it, ends up losing the ball there. Ball kind of going around. Padilla ends up losing the ball. Cord Simmerall ends up with it. Gavin Shumway now with the ball dribbling up the left-hand side. It's a good screen by Del Dukes. Pull-up 3 by Shumway is good. So Gavin Shumway, like seeing that, getting him scoring in spurts, and he can be a streaky shooter, but man, once he gets on, you really want him shooting the ball. Padilla also feeling it. Shot is up and is no good. And ball kind of getting a last-second shot there. Ball is off of the Bobcats and goes out of bounds, but out at the buzzer. So Pinnacle Bank scoreboard at the end of the first quarter shows the Lovell Bulldogs 15, Thermopolis Bobcats 10, and we'll be back right after this.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Bomengen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
All right, we're back here for Bobcat basketball. Start of the second quarter. Again, thank you for listening on KDNO 101.7, and those of you streaming live on YouTube on WYO Today. Appreciate you joining us this evening on a makeup conference game between the Lovell Bulldogs and the Thermopolis Bobcats. Zach Casey with the ball here, setting up a screen, gets it over to McCoy Longwell in the corner. McCoy will pass it over to Zach Hasty. Zach, great pass into Cody Bomengen. Cody Bomengen just not able to finish up quite high enough. Has had a couple great looks at the rim, just unable to finish it right off the bat. So in for Robert Romero, in for the Bulldogs, and he ends up with the ball here, passes it over. Good hard drive in there by Crosby as he goes up for the shot. That will be ball goes off of McCoy Longwell, but out of bounds to the Lovell Bulldogs. Anderson with the ball. Oh, I always wonder if that's going to be a double dribble or not when they catch it kind of and it bounces off the ground. Back pull-up 3 there by TJ Sheeler. And good hard box out there by the Bobcats. As they call a foul there on Crosby, and that'll be his first. Zach Casey with the ball, pass it up to Bomengen. Good open look there for Cord Simmerall, unable to get the ball. Cody tried to pass it over the top, ball gets knocked down. Bulldogs ended up with the ball, still ends up, stays in their hands. Crosby goes up for the shot. Crosby goes up for the shot, and it looked like a good solid block there on the backboard, but they are going to call a foul on Cody Bomengen. Cody showing some frustration after that, but understandably so. So Crosby here will have a chance 2 free throws. First one is up and is good. 6:50 left on Pinnacle Bank scoreboard here in the first half. Bulldogs leading 16-10. Second one is up and is good as well. So Crosby starting off the scoring in the second half here for both teams. Bulldogs leading 17-10. Gavin Shumway pass over to McCoy. McCoy pass it good. Screen and roll there by Cord. Cord forgot to bring the ball with him though, and was going up for a kind of looking for some contact there, and ball ends up out of his hands, knocked off the Lovell Bulldogs, so they will keep possession under their hoop. Gavin Shumway to take the ball out. Good roll there by Cord. Cord goes to save it right into the arms of Walker. Passes the ball up. Lundberg thinks about a three, decides not to, ends up coughing up the ball, and Cody Bomengen gets an easy, cheap steal there, and Gavin Shumway will bring the ball up, pass it ahead to McCoy. McCoy driving in, passes it out to Gavin. Tough pass to get out, and ended up going through some traffic, but got out anyways. Cord Simmerall calling for somebody to come get it so they can set up the offense, looking to set a screen and roll. Gavin showing some patience there on that screen, waiting to see what he could get. McCoy, the handoff from Cody Bomengen. Good pass out to Zach Casey. Zach Casey in the corner, up, no good. Rebound by Lundberg. Lundberg will pass the ball up to Romero. Romero passes over to Walker. Walker into the corner to Wambeck. And Romero will pass it back up to Lundberg at the top of the key. Crosby pass to the top to Romero. Romero pass out to Wambeck. Ball goes back out to Crosby, and a bucket for Crosby. So good 4 points for Crosby here in this second quarter, being the only scorer in the quarter so far for either team. Cord Simmerall decides to pull up three from the top of the key. Up is no good, but McCoy Longwell ends up getting the offensive board. A great bounce pass entry into Cody Bomengen. Unfortunately unable to get his hands on the ball to get up and make it. So Del Dukes and Jet Longwell check into the game for Zach Hasty and McCoy Longwell. Bobcats need to get some points on the board here as they've been outscored 4-0 in the quarter, and a 9-point deficit for them, 19-10, with Bulldogs leading. Wembeck to pass over to Lundberg. Lundberg passing up on the three again, but pulls up from 10 feet. Up, no good. Ends up in Walker's hand. Walker good around the rim, is up and is good. So the bench for the Lovell Bulldogs showing to be a lot for the Bobcats right now, as the benches has been the ones to score the points. So Coach Corpenay wants to change something up, so he is going to call a timeout. Looks like we're going to have a full timeout, so we'll take a second here and be right back.
Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis. Seven Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
All right, and we're back here. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows just under 5 minutes left in the first half of this game between Lovell and Thermopolis. Bulldogs up 21-10 over the Cats. Zach Casey with the ball in his hands, passed over to Cord Simmerall. Cord, tough pass to Zach Casey. Zach runs it down. We'll look to check the ball in, gets it over to Del Dukes. Del, tough corner pass to Gavin Shumway. Back out to Zach. Zach with a three, up, no good. Lundberg with a rebound, pass it up to Wambeck. Lovell has numbers, and Del Dukes for the second week in a row doing a great job of hustling down and drawing the foul. So that foul will go against Trey Wembeck. Good hustle play by Del. Looks like McCoy Longwell and Hadley Johnson will check in for the first time as well. So good to see him coming out, a senior for the Bobcats. Coy Longwell getting the ball, driving hard into the key, turns the ball over, throws it up to Padilla. Padilla drives in, nice dish to Wambeck. Man, Padilla with a quick little Euro step there and to get through and not pick up a charge himself. Skip pass from Dell Dukes over to Cord Simmerall in the corner. Cord will pull up, no good. Dell getting good position, goes up with the shot, gets blocked by Lundberg. And then both, you see Wambeck and Simmerall run into each other. No foul called, but it does go off of Cord. And so Bulldogs will get it. So again, no points in this quarter yet for the Bobcats as they're down 13 now, 23-10 to the Bulldogs. And scoring not coming very easy for the Bobcats as just 2 on the books. Gavin with 6 and Cord with 4. So going to need some scoring to come from somewhere and somebody. Padilla working hard with the ball here, looking to make a good pass, gets it over to Lundberg. Lundberg thinks about the deep 3, gets it to Wambeck. Wambeck passes it over to the corner to Crosby. Crosby being a good scorer in this second quarter so far. Dell Dukes on him, gets it into Walker. Walker will pass it back out as the double team comes down. That'll probably be on either Cord or Dell Dukes. Looks like they're going to call that one on Cord Simmerall. That'll be his first foul, just the team's 4th team foul. Lovell with 3 team fouls, Thermopolis with 4. Nobody in foul trouble just yet. Jet being the only player with 2 fouls. Gavin Shumway is going to come in for Cody Bomengen. So going to run a little bit smaller here with Dell Dukes running the center on the 2-3 zone. Ball goes out here to Lundberg. Lundberg gets it to Anderson. Anderson stepping back and getting it. And I don't think there's a single team that doesn't have the just toss back right into whoever takes the ball out. It seems like the inbounder always ends up with the ball. McCoy Longwell trying to force a pass up to the high post. Padilla splitting the defense there with some hard dribbling there. Ball ends up in Lundberg's court. Simmerall tries to get a steal there quick and is going to get a reach-in foul, so he's going to pick up a second foul real fast in this quarter. That's going to be 5 team fouls now on the Bobcats. Just 2:58 left on the scoreboard here with Bulldogs 26, Bobcats 10. And again, Cord's going to come out and Brody Potter's going to check into the game for the first time. So another one of our big 6'4" guys here. They're sitting in the center, kind of showing off his wingspan here. Ball ends up in Padilla's hands at the top of the key. Padilla's really been able to show his speed and quickness here and good decision making as he drives in. Lundberg pull up jumper, no good. Hadley Johnson pulls down, looks for a pass up front, passes it up to Brody Potter. Brody hustles down, great pass to Dell Dukes, and shot is up and is no good by Dell as he tries to use the left hand. Hadley Johnson comes flying in, showing off his leaping ability, gets his hand on it, but does knock it out of bounds. So Padilla is going to let the ball just bounce up here. He's going to pick it up, get it over to Lundberg as they set their half-court offense up. Lundberg gets the ball to Padilla. Padilla again driving baseline, just always making good decisions here. Padilla with a quick shot, but no good. Brody Potter with it, passes up to Zach Hasty. He's going to let teammates catch up so they can run their offense. Gavin Shumway with the deep 3 though. Unfortunately doesn't hit anything with that one. Anderson ends up picking up the ball. Gavin with the ball right back as Lundberg tries a cross-court pass to Wambeck. Hadley Johnson with the ball here, running screen and roll. Great look there by Hadley Johnson. Brody Potter gets it. Unfortunately, big men not able to make the shots close to the rim right now, and those shots are the ones we really need to go in, kind of the gimmies. And then Anderson knocks down another 3. So 2 threes in this quarter for him as Cody Bomengen and Jet Longwell set to check back in as well. And we will take it looks like Coach Corpening has seen enough as we haven't put any points up on the board yet. So we have a minute timeout here and we'll be right back.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
All right, and plays underway here with minute 30 left in this first half, with Bobcats trailing the Bulldogs 29-10. This zone kind of showing some problems for the Bobcats as they're trying to get the ball moved around. Have taken some deep shots, but those in close just haven't fallen as either. So minute 18 left with the Bobcats with no points here in the second quarter, being outscored 14-0 in the quarter, trailing 29-10. Cody Bomengen with the long three, no good. Lundberg there for the rebound. He's going to pass it up to Padilla. Dio dribbling through his legs, pass the ball up to Anderson. Anderson, why not shoot it? You're feeling it. Ball is up, is no good. Zach Casey with a great rebound. He'll pass the ball up to Gavin Shumway. Gavin Shumway looking inside, passes up on the three, gets it to Hadley Johnson. Hadley Johnson in the corner, driving baseline. Good defense by Padilla. Brody Potter looking to go up, and Lundberg pokes the ball away there. Gets it into Wambach's hands. Wambach will pass it out to Lundberg. Lundberg passes on the three. Pulls up jumper, no good. Zach Casey with another rebound. Ball gets to Johnson. Johnson will pass it up to Cody Bomengen. So going a little bit bigger here with both Bomengen and Potter on there. Oh, Hadley Johnson with the up and under left hand, kind of little bucket shot there. No good, but he will go to the line. So again, giving us a chance to put some points on the board here is Hadley Johnson. So he'll have a chance at 2 free throws. That is a foul on Oz MacArthur. That is his second. Not a lot of fouls being called here. Team fouls are 5-4. Bobcats with 5, Bulldogs with 4. First free throw is up and no good. Ellis Weber set to check in for, looks like he must be checking in for Hadley for the shooter. Ellis Weber again, freshman as well. Shot is up and is good, so good shot by Hadley Johnson. And I'll commend Hadley for an unselfish play there, because when you know someone's coming in to check in for you and you're going to have to sit on the bench, sometimes it's hard to want to make that free throw. But good job for him getting us on the board for this second quarter. Just 17 seconds left here in the first half. Ellis Weber comes in for relief for these last 20 seconds. Ellis up on defense on Padilla. Padilla driving in, great dish off there into the hands of Oz MacArthur. And MacArthur finishes and also draws the foul, so he's going to have an and one opportunity. Foul is on Brody Potter. Brody's first foul here. So MacArthur will have a chance at a three-point play here. First is up and is good. 4.5 seconds left here. Gavin Shumway going to try to beat the press here. Hits the pad up above, and that will end it for us for the first quarter. So Bobcats trailing 32-11. Bulldogs leading in this one. Tough quarter for the Bobcats as they just saw one point go for them. So we will take a second to go to some of our sponsors. Again, want to thank those of you listening on 101.7 KDNO, and those of you streaming live on YouTube as well with WYO Today. Appreciate you. Thanks for spending some time this evening with us, and we will be right back after this.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
All right, and welcome to the Hot Springs Health halftime show here. Again, want to thank all of our sponsors, Hot Springs Health. Thank you for sponsoring our halftime show. Kind of a tough game here to talk about the highlights, I guess, as we look. The Bulldogs leading Bobcats 32-11, outscoring the Bobcats 17-1 in the second quarter. Just some shots not falling for the Bobcats. They had a few really good looks down low underneath the hoop, unable to get it in there, but they Lovell kind of showing an interesting 1-2-2 extended zone here where it's really given some problems to the Bobcats trying to get the ball in, and shows them throwing a lot of skip passes which have been taken away or have gone errant and out of bounds. So some turnovers there as well, but also along with that, just unable to find the hoop. They've shot a few threes as well. Gavin was able to make a couple in the first quarter, but right now we have 3 in the books for some points, and really other than that, not finding a lot for the Bobcats. As far as the Lovell Bulldogs go, they have 8 in the books for scoring, so they've really shared the ball well. I don't know what their assists are on their made baskets, but it's been really well. A lot of those coming from Joel Padilla as he's driven in and has distributed the ball very well for Lovell Bulldogs. And so with that being said, with the Hot Springs Health halftime show, want to thank One Eye Buffalo for the halftime stats. I'll get through Bobcats here real fast. No one really in any foul trouble, both Jet and Cord with a pair of fouls each, and Brody Potter and Cody Bomengen each with a foul. So that the Odie trees, the Brody and Cody trees, they each have a foul as well. I'm going to market that maybe. So as far as scoring goes, Gavin Shumway, like I said, he leads the Bobcats in scoring, hitting the 2 threes in the first quarter. So he has 6 points. Court Simmerl had 2 buckets as well in that first quarter for a total of 4 points, and then Hadley Johnson went 1 of 2 from the free throw line with the 1 point and the single bucket that was made in the second quarter. So 11 points for the Bobcats. Looking at the Lovell Bulldogs, kind of a little bit of a different story here as far as fouls go. Oz MacArthur, the only one with 2 fouls. Trey Wambeck with 1, and Davin Crosby with 1 as well. Really, other than that, no one in any foul trouble. Again, like I said, scoring has been spread around really well for the Bulldogs, so no one with a lot of points, but everybody with some points. And so Parker Anderson leads the Bulldogs with 7 points, hitting those 2 threes back-to-back in the second quarter. With 5 points, we have a couple players, Joel Padilla and Oz MacArthur, both with 5 points. And again, Joel Padilla really distributing the ball to his teammates as well. A couple with 4 points here, Trey Wambeck and Davin Crosby. I'm not sure if Davin Crosby was injured early in the season. It didn't look like he'd played in a lot of games, but it looks like he's back and does contribute very well to the Bulldogs as well. So he has 4, along with Trey Wambeck's 4 points. And then Carter Lundberg hit a 3 early in the first quarter, so he has 3 points. And then to round out the scoring, TJ Sheeler with a bucket and Owen Walker with a bucket as well. So they only shot 4 free throws themselves. They went 2 of 4 as a team. I'm sorry, they shot 4. They went 4 of 5 from the free throw line. And so they had a 15-point quarter and a 17-point quarter, which is really the tell of this game. It was only a 5-point game at the end of the first quarter. And so again, you know, kind of going back to the keys of the game, just trying to find that sense of what's really going to work, what chemistry is going to be built with the Bobcats here as they move forward towards the postseason. And so they're going to come out hopefully ready to fight and do a great job of scoring here and get back into this game. I mean, they're just going to have to chip away at this one possession at a time, down 21. There's never been a 21-point shot out there, and so they're just going to have to recognize each position is going to have to be taken one at a time, get takeaways, and then go and finish at the rim as well. So again, thank you to One Eye Buffalo for those halftime stats. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be back for the second half of Bobcat basketball. See you soon.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
All right, and we are back again. I want to thank Hot Springs Health for our halftime show and One Eye Buffalo for the stats at the half as we get ready to start this third quarter here. Going to just be a big moment for these Bobcat boys to come out, kind of shake off that first quarter, not worry too much about what happened in that quarter, and just start taking it possession by possession, down 21. Again, they're just going to have to realize they can't get it all back at once. Just going to have to work hard to take care of the ball when they have it, and then go and score it when they have the opportunities too. A lot of missed, just easy little buckets under there, right? Easy for me to say as I'm sitting up in the stands, but really those ones around the rim, they need to catch and be able to finish those, and then hit some big shots as well. And I mean, you know, down 21, this tells a lot about a team as they move forward, and you know, how can they rebound from this and play really well. So there's still 16 minutes of basketball ready to be played, and now it's just going to start with their defense. So Padilla with the ball at the top of the key for the Bulldogs, going to set a screen there, Anderson, who hit a couple big threes there in the second quarter, passes up a three, gets it to Lundberg. Lundberg's trying to start out the second half like he did the first half, misses on the three. Simmerall with the ball, gets it over to Shumway. Shumway to Hasty. Hasty and Bomengen running a screen and roll there on the right-hand side. Jet Longwell, Gavin Shumway doing the same thing. Good pass inside to Jet Longwell. Jet doing a good turnaround. No good as Wambeck plays good defense. Padilla looking to pass it up ahead. Gets it to Wambeck, passes it out to Padilla. Padilla, hard drive inside, up and is good. Joe Padilla just kind of picking up right where he left off. Was not looking to be as much of a scorer in that second quarter, but he really looking to run the ball. Cody Bomengen looking for Jet Longwell, saw him, and then I think just waited a little too long to get that pass in and get stolen away. Lundberg with a hard drive and up and good for him as well. So 2 quick buckets for the Bobcats here. 6:45 left in the third quarter. Cats trail the Bulldogs 36-11. Cord Simmerall getting the ball, pass over to Cody Bomengen. Cody, a good shot from out there. Wouldn't mind seeing him take that shot, but probably trying to move the ball, trying to get it inside. Cord Simmerall take the three, up, no good. Zach Casey chasing it down with Wambeck. Zach ends up with it. Jet Longwell wide open underneath, calling for the ball. Padilla there to steal it away as he tries to get it into Cody Bomengen. Inside out dribble there by Padilla, and Padilla doing some work as he does a no-look two-hand pass over, and shot is up and is good for Wambeck. Bobcats get a bucket of their own there, and that shot was up and was good for Jet Longwell. So shot is no good for Bulldogs, and Gavin Shumway ends up with it here. Jet Longwell trying to set a screen. Cody Bomengen will take that shot. Oh, looked good, but just off the front of the rim. Zach Casey trying to get it. Wambeck's boxing him out well. Padilla gets the ball at the top of the key. Pulls up, jump shot, no good. Ball ends up in Oz MacArthur's hands. Pass it back out to Padilla. Padilla misses it. Another offensive board there by Lundberg. And Lundberg up and good. So fortunately, given them multiple chances here at the hoop is going to make things tough for the Bobcats. So 40-13, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 5:15 left here in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout here, but we'll stay right here. Bulldogs 40, Bobcats 13, as Bobcats really looking to try to get back into this one, and unfortunately being outscored 8-2 right now. Jet Longwell with the bucket. With the bucket there, and let's see, Carter Lundberg with 4 in this quarter, Joel Padilla with 2, and Trey Wambeck with 2 as well. So again, the Bobcats really needing to get some stops on offense, and right now the Lovell Bulldogs haven't had to set up much of an offense. They've been able to get it in transition, pass it up, and some hard drives to the hole, and then also some second chance points off of their missed baskets as well. Lundberg working hard around the rim to do that. Zach Casey gets the ball, passes it up to McCoy Longwell. McCoy will bring the ball up, looking to set up their offense, gets it into Cord Simmerall. Cord passes it over to Jet. Again, they're in that 1-3-1 zone defense here, which is proven to be a little bit of a task for Bobcats. I think this is maybe the first time they've seen this year, if I remember correctly. Jet Longwell will catch it in the corner. Long, high pass over the top there. Cord and McCoy fight for it with Wambeck. Wambeck ends up not able to get it. McCoy Longwell ends up with the ball. Shot is up and was good. However, Oz MacArthur steps over and takes a charge. So basket is no good as McCoy picks up the offensive foul. Looks like, so the Lovell Bulldogs going to go for a line change here, and they're going to bring in some of their younger guys here. Jared Mangus, TJ Sheeler, Robert Romero, let's see, Blake Wilson, and also TJ Sheeler, I believe. So ball goes inside to Walker. Walker passes it out to Jared Mangus. I think I forgot Mangus there. Mangus ends up with the ball. Mangles will drive in hard into the center of the key. He's going to pass it out to the corner. Romero is going to go up with the shot. Shot is up and is no good. Court Simmerl with a good box out and gets a rebound there. Boxing out Walker. McCoy Longwell will get it. He's going to pass it up forward to Gavin Shumway. Gavin passes it over to Zach Hasty. Back into the corner to Gavin. Gavin, long hard pass over the top. McCoy jumps up to try to save the ball. It's up too high over his head as he jumps. Tries to save it. It goes out of bounds. So Bulldogs will take it out. 4-12 Pinnacle Bank scoreboard left in this third quarter, 40-13. Bulldogs up over the Bobcats. McCoy Longwell trying to work hard there on defense against Romero. Passes it over. Romero gets it into TJ Sheeler. Looks like there's going to be a loose ball or off the ball foul called here. I think they're going to call that one on Zach Hasty, so he'll pick up his first foul. Again, not a lot of fouls called in this game. It's been a pretty clean game as far as that goes. Ball goes into the corner here. Gets passed out to Blake Wilson. Blake will pass it over to Romero. Romero gets the ball into Sheeler. Romero gets the ball back. Pass it over to Blake Wilson. Blake Wilson, tough pass into Walker. Walker just turns around. Jump shot up. No good. Good straight up defense by Cord Simmerall there. McCoy getting the rebound. McCoy works really hard around the rim, and again, not being one of the biggest guys, he still works really hard. Cord Simmerall goes up with a shot, and Walker ends up landing on him, but misses the shot. They get the ball. Blake Wilson with a deep three, up and is good. Again, somebody on the Bobcats just really trying to make something work here. McCoy Longwell drive in, pass the ball up over the top to Cord. Cord gets trapped there in the corner, passes it to the top there to Cody Bomengen. Cody passes out to Zach Hasty, unable to make the three. Ball ends up in Walker's hands, and he'll get it into Romero's hands. Romero will walk it up, get it into Blake Wilson's hands there. He's going to set up the offense. Tried to drive in, almost gets the ball poked away, but ball ends up in TJ Sheeler's hands. He goes up for a shot. Good chance at a ball bucket, no good. Gavin Shumway gets it, trying to get out of the trap here. Zach Hasty at the top of the key gets it into Cord Simmerall. Pass to McCoy. McCoy Longwell for a three in the corner, and it is good. So McCoy Longwell getting on the board here. Finally, 3 points for him here as the Bulldogs move in. Pull-up jumper there by Romero. Good-looking shot, no good. Gavin Shumway ends up with the rebound again. So Gavin doing some work on boards now too. Gavin, a little hesitation dribble. Try to dribble around the back, but looks like Blake Wilson had his hands on him. So he'll be called for the foul there. So Blake Wilson will pick up his first foul. Again, team fouls are just 2-1. Bulldogs with 1, Bobcats with 2. Gavin Shumway passes it in. Cody Bomengen unable to make the bucket there again, and Walker with the rebound again gets it into Sheeler. Sheeler to Romero. Romero feeling it, and shot is up and is good for Romero. So bench play for the Bulldogs is good. Ellis coming in to the game as well. Passes to Hadley Johnson. Hadley Johnson going in as well. Good hard shot. Unable to finish around the rim, but did get fouled on the arm. So Hadley Johnson again going to have a chance at a couple free throws here. Foul is against TJ Sheeler for the Bulldogs, and that's his first foul. First free throw is up and is good. So far Hadley Johnson going 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows 1:51 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs 46, Bobcats 17. Second one is off the back of the rim, but McCoy Longwell getting the rebound, thinking about a three, but decides to get it in Ellis Weber's hands. Gavin Shumway ends up with it on the right-hand side here. He's going to pass it over to Ellis. Ellis fakes it into the corner, looking for somebody there in the middle of that 1-3-1. Pass it back out to McCoy. McCoy dribbling into some trouble, but getting it out to Ellis. Ellis over to Gavin. Gavin steps into his good rhythm shot, unable to make it. Ellis Weber working hard to try to go get a rebound, and Walker ends up with it. Gets it into the hands of Jared Mangus. Mangus over to Blake Wilson. Gets it into Sheeler. Sheeler pass it into Walker, and we saw that from Walker in the JV game. He does a really good job of getting his back to the rim and just making a good solid post move. Gavin Shumway looking to split the defense there, and picks up a foul as he tries to break it through the defense there, but Gavin Shumway ends up hurting something, really limping. He does have a brace on that knee. Don't know if it's his knee or ankle, but definitely doesn't feel good. So Jet Longwell and Zach Hasty will check in for Cody Bomengen and Gavin Shumway. Good cut there by Ellis Weber. Ellis calling for the ball, driving baseline, and he will get fouled as well. Jared Mangus picked up that last foul, and it looks like that foul will go against TJ Sheeler, and that'll be his second. Zach Hasty checking to throw the ball in, gets it into McCoy Longwell, and he's going to dribble out, try to avoid the trap there, and gets it to Ellis Weber. Ellis passes it to Hadley Johnson, back into Ellis's hands. He's going to dribble penetrate there, get it to Zach Hasty. Zach Hasty looking to get on the board and hits a three. So Zach Hasty getting a three there. So good to see that as well. Ball ends up in Mangus's hands. Mangus will pass it to Wilson. Wilson at the top of the key. Gets it over to Sheeler. Sheeler will drive in, looks at Romero. Romero feeling it. He's going to feel it. He's going to shoot a deep three and drops another one in. So Robert Romero hitting a couple of threes here in this third quarter. McCoy Longwell, tough pass into Jet Longwell, looking for a foul there. And looks like TJ Sheeler ends up with the ball, but does step out of bounds. So the ball will stay with the Bobcats underneath their hoop. Zach Hasty will look to take the ball out. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Bulldogs 31-point lead, 51-20. McCoy looking to drive in. Passes it down into Jet Longwell, doesn't get it. Zach Hasty looking to get the ball. Romero will end up with the ball with 10 seconds left here. He's going to dribble up fast, probably feeling it. He's going to want to take that final shot. Shot is up, and oh my goodness, he hits another one from deep. Hits it on the buzzer, and the Lovell Bulldogs showing some excitement here as Romero checks into the game here in the third quarter and hits 3 of 3 from the three-point line. End of the third quarter, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Lovell Bulldogs 54, the Thermopolis Bobcats 20. We'll take a quick break and be back for the fourth quarter right after this.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
And we're back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Bobcats down by 34, 54-20 at the start of this fourth quarter. Ellis Weber going to start in here with the ball, going to run against a little man-to-man. Looks like Lovell brings back in their starters as their bench play came in and played really well. Highlight being Robert Romero as he went 3 of 3 from the three-point line. Hadley Johnson with the three-pointer up and is no good. Ball kind of bounces around. Good hustle play by McCoy Longwell. Ellis Weber into Hadley Johnson. Hadley pulling it in again, going up for the shot, and a blocking foul there on Oz MacArthur. Trying to draw a charge on Hadley Johnson as he went in. That'll be his third foul. Only person on the court with 3 fouls. As Hadley Johnson getting another opportunity at 2 free throws. He's 2 of 4 right now, and shot is up and is good. So good shot there by Hadley Johnson. Getting started here. Some points on the board as this fourth quarter gets started. Bobcats second one was up and was good as well. So 4 points there for Hadley Johnson. Bobcats being outscored in that third quarter 22-9. Shot by Lundberg. Man, everything's fallen for them as it kisses off the glass. And again, apologize for those of you watching on Wild today. You didn't get to see it, but I definitely promise it went in. Cord Simmerall with the shot up is no good. Ends up in McCoy Longwell's hands. Good box out by Wambeck as Cord Simmerall tries to jump up and get a rebound. Unable to, but he will pick up his third foul as well. Lovell with 5 team fouls, Bobcats with 3, so no one really too close to bonus just yet. Padilla going to bring the ball and pass it out to Anderson. Anderson wants in on the party. No good, but Padilla ends up with the ball off the offensive rebound here. Padilla will pass it over to Wambach. Wambach will come and set a screen for Lundberg. Pass it back up to Anderson. Anderson to Padilla, going to set a screen. Oz MacArthur is. Padilla step back three, up and is good. McCoy Longwell is going to push the ball up here. Going to try to look for something to get some offense started here as they are down 60-22. Cord Simmerall, he will pass it into Jet Longwell. Jet with a good turnaround jump shot there, and Jet Longwell with his second bucket in this half. Let's see, Wambach drives in, up, and is good. Ellis Weber's going to get the ball. He's going to bring it up the court. He's going to pass it over to McCoy Longwell. Jet's going to set a screen for him. Nothing there on the screen and roll. Cord Simmerall with it. Going to set a screen for Ellis Weber. Ellis, great feed into Cord Simmerall. Gets blocked there by number 33, or by Walker. And then Hadley Johnson with the steal, but maybe an inadvertent whistle here by one of the refs. Coaches called a timeout, but they're trying to decide timing on when this timeout came, if it was in possession or if the Bobcats had stolen it. So we'll see here. Bobcats down in this quarter, 8-4. Looks like they're not going to honor the timeout, and so the Bobcats will get possession as Hadley Johnson with the steal there. Probably would have had a pretty easy bucket there, so unfortunate for him there. And right as they get ready to run a play, it looks like Corpening will take a timeout. So 5:53 left, 62-24. Bulldogs lead the Bobcats, and we'll take a quick break and be right back.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyomingen and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
All right, and we are back here after that quick timeout. McCoy Longwell taking the ball out. The Bobcats will get the ball into Cord Simmerall. McCoy gets a handoff back as Cody Bomengen and Zach Casey look to check back in here shortly. McCoy Longwell, good crossover, good pass to Cord. And as the shot goes up, Anderson gets Walker, I'm sorry, he gets his hands up there. Thought he almost got the block, but I think he ended up getting him with the body. So Walker will pick up his first foul. Cord Simmerall will go to the line for the first time tonight. First one is up and bounces around and is no good. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows just 5:41 left here in this contest as the Lovell Bulldogs lead 62-24 over the Thermopolis Bobcats. Cord Simmerall will go up for his second shot. Shot is up and is no good as well. A little inadvertent buzzer there. Walker ends up with the rebound, gets the ball into Mangus's hands. Mangus will pass the ball over to Romero. Romero back to Mangus. McCoy trying to get a steal there. Mangus is going to pull up from the three. No good. Zach Casey with the rebound. He's going to try to push the tempo of this a little bit. He's going to dribble the ball down, get it into McCoy Longwell's hands. Good screen and roll there. Jet Longwell up and good for his second bucket in the quarter. So nice little screen and roll there between the brothers. Pass over to Mangus. Mangus will get the ball into Crosby's hands at the top of the key. Over to Owen, or to, I apologize, yeah, Owen. Nope, Blake Wilson. Mangus with the ball, kick back out to Romero. Romero better get a hand up in his face as he knocked down three in that fourth quarter. Again, Blake Wilson with the ball, passes it down into Walker. Walker's going to do some work around on the block there. Looks like Jet Longwell's going to pick up a foul. That'll be his third. Not sure if they're going to call this. No, it looks like they're going to call it on the shot, so he's going to get an opportunity to go in. The student section cheering pretty good as one of the Lovell Bulldogs getting ready to check in. And I apologize, I actually don't have this player in the game. I don't have him on the roster, so I'm not sure who he is. Well, the second free throw is missed, and young man that came in, the crowd was excited about, gets a rebound, gets it over to Romero. Romero long on that three. Cody Bomengen with the rebound, passes it to Hadley Johnson. Hadley Johnson going to bring the ball up. With the crossover, gets it to McCoy Longwell. Cody Bomengen going to set a screen, gets it to Jet. Hadley with the ball, going to look. Nice screen and roll again. Jet Longwell doing a great job of running that screen and roll, and really doing a great job of sealing that player as he rolls and getting wide open. So great pass by Hadley Johnson as well to see it. Mangus with the ball going against McCoy Longwell. McCoy's going to drive in there. Oh, I thought maybe they were going to call an offensive foul there, but looks like they call it on McCoy as McCoy got a forearm in there. It's now Bobcats with 5 team fouls, Bulldogs with 6. 4:10 left here in this in the fourth quarter here. McCoy Longwell just trying to take some chances to come and get the ball. Ends up kind of tripping over himself, ends up running into Davin Crosby. So McCoy picks a third foul up there real quick. Just, again, just some hustle plays, trying to create something, trying to do something to get going here. Because really, 62-28, really have to try to do whatever you can to get some points going or get his team fired up. So Romero with the ball here, going to pass it 22 up at the top of the key. Again, I apologize, I don't know his name. Jet Longwell with it, long, hard pass into traffic. Hadley Johnson unable to get it. Mangus ends up with it. Crosby gets a shot up, and McCoy Longwell is going to pick up his fourth foul. So 3 fouls, one right after another. And McCoy Longwell is going to, unfortunately, he's going to pick up a technical foul. It looks like maybe talking after that foul. It looked like he was going to, not sure what happened there. He picked up a foul, and then I don't know if he continued to speak or if he said something, but then the ref ended up giving him a technical as well. So Crosby's going to have an opportunity at 2 free throws here as he was getting ready to shoot. Misses the first one. I believe these will be the free throws taken for the foul. And both of them are up and no good. And now the technical foul shots will be taken by number 22. Yeah, so again, I apologize to anybody that might be listening to listen to this young man, but he does make the first free throw, so that one is up and is good. He's going to get a second chance here at these free throws, or at this free throw, and shot is up and is no good. With that technical, McCoy Longwell does foul out of the game. Jet Longwell now will come out, and Dale Dukes will check in for him. 3:44 left on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 63-28. Ball goes into Crosby's hands. Crosby gets it to Mangus. Mangus going up with the shot up and is no good. Zach Hasey going to get called for the foul there, I believe. No, that is on Ellis Weber, so he gets his first foul. So Mangus will be shooting for 2 free throws here. First one is up and good, so Mangus on the board. So Mangus now putting that shot up on the board. It becomes the 12th player for the Lovell Bulldogs to score for them. Second one is up, is no good. Cody Bomengen goes up for the ball, unable to bring it down. Blake Wilson knocks the ball out of Cody Bomengen's hand, so it'll stay with the Bobcats. 3:33 left on Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Bulldogs 64, Bobcats 28. Hadley Johnson running point for the Bobcats as he gets across halftime, or half court. Coach Corpening's going to call a timeout. We are going to take a 30-second break.
Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
All right, and we're back for the last couple minutes here of the fourth quarter. Lovell Bulldogs 64, Thermopolis Bobcats 28, 3:29 left here in the fourth quarter. Ellis Weber, Hadley Johnson, Zach Hasty, Cody Bomengen, and Del Dukes on the court. Hadley Johnson going to bring it up, going to have a few numbers here. Loses the ball, tries to get it to Zach Hasty, goes off of Zach Hasty. Hadley Johnson frustrated with himself, but really just kind of lost control of the ball. Lovell Bulldogs with the ball. Those of you watching for Thermopolis probably happy. I forgot the camera that time. Lost on that possession. All right, so Blake Wilson with the ball, passing it over to Mangus. Mangus is going to get it there to our gentleman number 22. Going to pass it up to Robert Romero. Gets it over to Mangus's hand again. Going to pass it in to Blake Wilson. Over to Crosby. Crosby going to pull up. Shot is up, is no good. Into Ellis Weber's hands as Ellis comes away with it. Going to push the tempo here a little bit. Going to drive in. Going to kick out to Hadley. Oh, just loses control of it. Del Dukes ends up with it, though. Hadley Johnson, take your shot, kid. Oh, he's wide open, but decided to run the offense. Gets Ellis Weber. Del Dukes setting the screen there, looking to work hard. Cody Bomengen with a great entry pass. Del unable to complete the shot there, but Ellis Weber coming in with the offensive rebound and put back. So 2 points there for Ellis Weber. 2:25 left here in the fourth quarter. 64-30. Bulldogs leading Bobcats. Ball's going to get into Romero's hands. He's going to look to get it to Mangus. Mangus, thought about a three, but decided to drive in with his left hand against Zach Hasty. Shot is up and is good for Mangus. Ellis Weber bringing the ball up for the Bobcats. Ellis passes it over to Hadley Johnson. Del Dukes setting the screen. Good roll there. Cody Bomengen unable to handle it, but it gets the ball back. Pass it to Del Dukes. Del Dukes goes up for the shot. Gets fouled on the arm as he goes up, so Del will have an opportunity for 2 free throws here. Foul there is on Crosby. Picks up his second foul. Team 7th foul. Del Dukes' shot is up and good, so Del Dukes on the board for the Bobcats. Second one on its way, just under 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Second one is up. Off the front of the rim, no good. Crosby gets the ball, pass it up to Mangus. Mangus going to get to the top of the key, pass it there over to Wilson. Wilson's going to pass it over to Crosby. Robert Romero thought about it again for the three, decided to pass on it, gets it over to Mangus's hands. Robert Romero gets it again, top of the key, gets it into Blake Wilson's hands. He thinks about the three, changes his mind. 22 pull up from the free throw line, up, no good. Hadley Johnson and Cody Bomengen kind of fighting over the rebound, ends up in Crosby's hands, isn't able to finish the layup there, and Cody Bomengen ends up with the rebound. Hadley Johnson now driving in, try to create some offense here. Shot is up, is no good. Looks like it went off of Lovell there, off of Mangus as Hadley Johnson drove in. Some contact there, but no call. Minute 8 left here, 66-31. Bulldogs leading Bobcats. Hadley Johnson pass out to Zach Hasty. Hadley Johnson looking, set up his offense. Gonna back out, get something set up here. 58 seconds left in this contest, fourth quarter. Got 3 freshmen out there with Ellis Weber, Zach Hasty, Cody Bomengen, so they're working hard. Del Dukes, top of the key, gets it. Cody Bomengen gonna drive in, looking for somebody to cut off of his drive. Ellis Weber drives in, up, and is good. Ellis Weber, great shot there. So a couple buckets for him here in the fourth quarter. So he's got 4 points in the game. Gonna pass it over to Robert Romero. Looks like they're gonna settle for just passing the ball around and waste the end of this clock here. Ellis Weber not gonna stop though, trying to get better here. He's gonna continue to play defense, which inspires his teammate Cody to do the same, and Hadley Johnson stepping up on him as well. Sitting in there to, looks like the clock's just gonna run out, but Cody Bomengen's still gonna put a little bit of pressure on him. Refs decide to not do a 5-second count here, which is good, not to have a turnover. Looks like Mangus will catch it at the top of the key. And that, folks, is the end of the game. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard shows the Lovell Bulldogs 66, Thermopolis Bobcats 33. We're going to take a quick break here, and we will come back with a Click It or Ticket post-game show right after this.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m. For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
All right, and we're back here for the Click It or Ticket post-game show. So a few things here to talk about. That was the Bobcats' best quarter there in the fourth quarter, scoring 13. And they outscored Lovell just by 1 in that quarter, 13 to 12. So, you know, something positive there. As far as really that second quarter being outscored 17-1 really seemed to take the air out of the Bobcats, and really hard for them to come back. Then being outscored 22-9 in that third quarter. But some of the bench able to come on, you know, Ellis Weber playing well in the fourth quarter. Jet Longwell as well, scoring 3 of his 4 buckets as well. So again, as we move forward here, just take a real quick look at the One of Buffalo post-game stats here in this game. Bobcats having numerous end up on the board with some points. Jet Longwell led the way with 8 points. Gavin Shumway hit those 2 early three-pointers in the first quarter with 6. A couple, 3 with 4. Hadley with 4, all from the free throw line. 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Cord Simmerall with 4 and 2 buckets early in the game for him as well. And then Ellis Weber kind of finishing off the game with his 2 buckets. Looks like McCoy Longwell had that 3 in the third quarter. Did end up fouling out of that game as he picked up his 4th foul, and then kind of out of frustration ended up picking up a technical as well. Zach Hasty did hit a 3 as well in the third quarter to score 3 for himself, and then also Del Dukes went 1 of 2 from the free throw line with a single point. So Bobcats getting outscored 66-33 in this contest. Bulldogs kind of a little bit different story. You usually suit 12 for your varsity game, and all 12 scored, and so that's pretty impressive for a team to do. The scoring really was spread around between everybody. Only 2 in double digits. Both Carter Lundberg and Joel Padilla each ended up with 10 points in this contest. Robert Romero ended up with 9. Trey Wambeck ended up with 8. Let's see, Parker Anderson ended up with 7. Let's see here. And then it looks like Oz MacArthur had 5. Davin Crosby with 4. Owen Walker with 4. Jared Mangus with 3. Blake Wilson with 3. TJ Sheeler with 2. And it looks like rounding out the scoring was our friend number 22. And again, I apologize to anybody that may be listening and I didn't get his name, but he ended up scoring 1 of the 2 free throws he shot there in the fourth quarter after the technical foul. So all 12 of the Bulldogs getting into the scorebooks on that one. No one really getting into foul trouble, really, for either team other than McCoy Longwell. They were fouling out after that technical foul. So yeah, another tough game for the Bobcats, putting up 33 points here to the Bulldogs 66. A fairly crucial point as it helps start setting your seeding as you're going into your play here. And so we'll see how we respond as we get ready to play the Tongue River Eagles, who come down there leading, or I'm sorry, I believe they're second or third in 2A. And they're leading, I believe, the state in scoring. They're averaging just around 74, 75 points a game. So they're going to be a tough opponent for us to go up against. We play them on Saturday, but the Bobcats have a number of days now here, Wednesday through Friday, to start working on some things, correcting things. Again, working on that chemistry, trying to find the right place for each person. And so we're going to see how we end up there. Again, just a couple notes. Again, before that, again, thanks One Eye Buffalo for the stats, post-game stats. Click it or ticket for sponsoring our post-game. All of our sponsors as well. Do again one more time. Want to send up prayers for our couple kiddos that got injured today. It looked like Gavin Shumway walked out of the boys' game feeling hurt. Don't know of what he maybe did. It looked like a lower leg injury as well, but he was limping pretty hard and did not come back into the game. And Dazzlin Hunt, for those of you that were concerned about her as well, it does look like she is on crutches. Again, don't know what that means, but prayers for both of them that they can get speedy recovery and some good healing through this week, and whatever they can do to get healed up. And so with that being said, we are going to wrap up this game here. Appreciate you spending time on 101.7 KDNO, and also those of you live streaming the event on YO Today on YouTube. Appreciate you spending some time with us. Again, I'm Kevin Gerber. Myself and Travis Bomengen will be back on Saturday for the games between the Lady Cats, Lady Eagles, and the Bobcats and Eagles. So have a great evening. If you're driving, be safe, and we will talk to you again on Saturday.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton.